Safe upon the Shadow Dancer, the characters traveled into wild space with Ziv and their newfound purple kobold companions. Before long, they attracted the attention of a crew of space orcs who were scouting the area in their spelljamming ship, and before they knew it, they were under attack. During the battle, the characters were able to free a prisoner of the orcs, a Thrycreen spelljammer named Kiktalnik. And now, they look upon the Rock of Bral, a great city in the stars. And that's where we're going to pick up tonight. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a picture of what exactly your characters see as they awaken from their long rest. I'm going to go show to players, show to everyone. Can you guys see this image on your Roll20?
Yeah.
This is what the
That's
rock.
really cool.
This is what the Rock
Very
of
cool.
Bral looks like as you guys are heading in. You can see kind of on the western side there, the left side of your screen, you can see several docks that protrude out from the asteroid itself. And it looks like on the far right-hand side, there seems to be this magnificent palace surrounded by greenery. And it looks like there is a large lake that kind of divides that section of the city off from the rest. It's kind of like a hill that starts out low on the left side of the image and gets larger as it goes. You know what? I better put this on for all of our Twitch friends. I'm sitting here explaining it, and nobody on Twitch can see it there. That might help. But you can see the city on the left side is rather packed in, very tight. And you can see that there are some large streets that run through the city, but other domes and pillars and large buildings that seem to protrude out and glisten off the light from the stars in space. And you guys are slowly approaching. Is there anything that you guys wanted to talk about or prepare before you approach the docks of the Rock of
I
Bral?
need to go speak with the captain, actually. So I think Cleo's gonna try and find the captain when she's not, like, busy or around everybody else. Just wants to, like, have a quick chat.
Okay. So, Captain, where would you be aboard? You guys are, I still believe, on the board of the Bloodlust, the ship that you commandeered from the clown-faced space orcs.
Oh, right. Are we taking that in?
Yeah, I think
Alright.
the plan was to sell it.
I'm probably at the helm then, if I need to steer this thing.
Yeah, so I think Cleo will just kind of, like, scoot over and just very, like, quietly, Captain, can we talk a moment?
What's wrong, Cleo?
I just, you mentioned, you know, we've said that we would help you with what it is that you're doing, and then you asked me if I would kill people, kind of, so I was kind of wondering maybe if you could be a little bit more specific about what we would possibly be helping you with, just so I can kind of wrap my brain around it.
It would be... How do I explain this? The easiest way to explain it is it's a tyrant.
Okay.
Forced authority over our home planet.
So
Took
you're-
over.
Looking at a war.
Not if I can help it. Not if I can go to the source.
Cool.
If it's a war, it could get ugly,
Usually those are pretty ugly, yes.
but preferably, I'd rather do it just as underhanded as she did.
In what way? Sorry, I'm much more helpful if I know what I'm doing. Usually when I'm trying to hunt something, I do a lot of research and then I kind of watch it for a while and make sure I know, like, where it goes and what it's vulnerable against, so that I can sort of go right for the heart and not have to.
Do you know what I am?
Not a clue. Not to be offensive, but I think maybe you don't know what I am either, so that seems pretty fair. We're on kind of an even footing.
Sure. I guess it would be. I'm trying to think what your word would be. Maybe a vampire would be the closest word for it.
Read some books about those, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think those books represent you well.
I am not. Not yet. Not strong enough. But the bitch that took my home and took my family, she's one of the strongest.
And your plan is to...
Kill her.
Right, but like you're just gonna like walk on up to her and be like stab, or like is there a subterfuge to like
Subterfuge would be
aspect?
preferable. I would like to catch her unaware, is the plan.
Well,
But I
then
need help for that. I know I'm
Yeah.
not strong enough to do it on my own.
it's not about strength, it's about
Oh, it's about strength.
sneakiness.
Yes, as well.
You need a distraction.
I need a distraction. And
Well,
like
I
people.
have great news for you.
You're
My
good at
buddy
distractions?
Cecil is pretty much an expert
Ah.
at distraction.
Of course it's Cecil.
I know you don't like him. I got to tell you though, he's really great if you like give
It's
him a
not that I
chance.
don't.
He didn't lie to you. He really thought he could fly the ship. Like he genuinely believed he could do it. He does. It's just
I don't
you
know
know,
if that's better if he's that dumb.
he's not dumb. He just lives in the moment. You know, he doesn't really. He doesn't dwell on the past. He doesn't
It's
really think
not a
about
moment
future.
if
It's more like what I'm doing right now.
It's also a fantasy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with fantasy.
It is when reality bites you in the ass.
Well, I
Or
really
slaps you
like
in the face,
fantasy.
whichever one.
I just think if you
I
give him
don't
a...
dislike
Okay.
Cecil. He's not.
That's good, because we're kind of a package deal. Me and Cecil and Zalat, where they go, I go, you know? So if you want to hire me, you're kind of stuck with them too.
I mean, I'm not going to turn down any help. At all. I'm not in a position to be picky. If you all seem very capable,
Mm.
Cecil included,
Mm-hmm.
piloting ships notwithstanding.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. He tried his
But I
best.
appreciate the loyalty the three of you have.
I haven't had a lot of friends for the past long time that I can't really... Time is kind of weird when you're like drifting in space. You don't really like, it's hard to measure, but it's been a long time. So I haven't
I
had
would
friends
say
in a long time, but they're really good ones.
I would hold on to them.
I mean, until they leave. Yeah, I would follow
Don't
them
let
to
them
the end
leave.
of the world.
Don't
Well,
let them leave. Cleo.
Everybody leaves eventually.
Not by choice.
Sometimes by choice.
Not always.
You know, they have their own lives to live, and I have my things that I do, you know.
I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit. I see how they are with you. I see that bond. I see that loyalty. It's something I've lost, and it's something I am very jealous of. You should be proud to have that connection.
Oh, I am. I would literally follow them to the ends of the world, you know, but I also know that nothing is permanent, you know. Nothing lasts
That's why
forever.
you protect them.
Well, yeah. Well, and they protect me, too. It's not just, you know, a one-way street.
I respect that.
a lot. They protect me a lot, mostly from social situations like this, which is getting awkward very fast. I'm sorry, I'm really not good with people.
Leo.
So I think I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was good talking, and it's good to know you're not, like, doing anything terrible, and maybe we can actually help you.
I hope not.
Wait, you hope we're not going to help? Wait, no,
I
sorry,
hope that
got
I'm
lost.
I hope that I'm not doing anything out of your comfort zone, because that would mean I would lose you guys.
Oh, it'd take a lot to get out of my... I mean, listen. My morals are a little open to interpretation, so I'm just trying to make sure I know what we're doing. That's...
Killing an evil queen.
Okay, that's honestly probably one of the better things that I've done. You know, there's a lot of there's good and evil is not really as black and white as a lot of people think it is. So, you know, kill a monster, well, that monster has a family too, you know? You kill yeah, so... eh.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, well, good talk. I'm gonna go. Just leave.
Zaren's just like shaking her head. Like, oh my god, this child.
Cleo awkwardly walks away.
Yep, just walk. Like, where am I even going? I'm just gonna go.
During this conversation, how about the rest of you? Are any of you doing anything in particular while this conversation is taking place, or anticipating?
I think I potentially am sitting in my hammock downstairs, and I am trying to read this note that Rayla gave me, but I feel like I'm too small-brained to really understand what's happening on this piece of paper.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of like sitting there like, why are the words moving? I don't understand.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Until somebody comes and interrupts me.
You got it.
I can come interrupt you unless someone else wants to.
Rayla wants to get Zalath when he's alone.
Okay. Yeah.
I got some things to say to this man.
Well, while Cecil is struggling over this text and Zarin and Cleo are having this awkward conversation elsewhere, this is the perfect time to catch probably Zalath.
Yeah, I'm probably just down where I was sleeping, sitting up on the couch. I don't know, having some some kind of like jerky or rations, because that fish is probably all gone from last night. So yeah, I'm probably just sitting at a table eating some jerky. Also, having a cup of some kind of dark liquid. So,
Is it coffee? Does it smell like coffee in this
No.
room, perchance?
no, it does not. Good morning. How
It
did you
looks like
sleep?
I slept fine, Zalath. Thank you. And what of
Okay, pleasure.
you?
Yeah, you know. I slept alright afterwards, but we're good.
What are you enjoying for breakfast on this lovely space morning?
Well, I mean, I had some of this leftover jerky, and I found some rum, and it's really good rum. Would you like some?
I'm sorry, I think I might have misheard you. Did you say you're drinking rum?
Yeah, rum.
And you just woke up?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's never a bad time to have a cup of rum.
I can understand having perhaps a small
wakes- it
glass
wakes-
of wine.
It wakes you up in the morning.
You know, I don't...
I heard it puts hair on your chest, but I don't. That doesn't work for me.
Zalath.
Yes. Do you want a cup? Would you like to partake in the jerky that I have also?
Zalath, we've had such a wonderful time together. Both
thank
before
you.
and
I agree.
after the unfortunate crash on that little planet.
Yeah.
And you've been so helpful. And
Of
I just want
course.
you to know that your efforts are seen and appreciated.
Well, I thank you. I am glad you appreciate it. I am here to help.
Now, if you wouldn't mind indulging me, I do have a special request.
Sure. I mean, depending on what it is, but yeah, definitely. What can I
Tell
do?
me what haunts you. People don't just wake up screaming at the top of their lungs in the middle of the night. I have looked upon the face of nightmares, and I know that you are haunted by something far greater than that. Be honest with me.
That was that planned because that was kind of intimidating a little bit. Did you rehearse that throughout? Okay. I
Um, can I cast Detect Thoughts?
Sure. How does that work again? And you just get this, you cast it and you get just surface thoughts, and if you want to push it, they have to make a check or something like that.
Yeah, so I cast it. I'm assuming he has an intelligence higher than 3. So it
yes.
Let's see. Yeah, and I initially just get surface thoughts, what is like on his mind most in that moment.
Okay.
And if I want to like do a deep delve, I have to there's like a wisdom save involved.
Okay. So you just want surface thoughts right now?
For now, yeah.
Okay.
It's a minute, so I might
Okay.
I might probe him, but I would like to see if he'll be honest with me.
Can he see that you are casting a spell? Is there components that are like verbal?
Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
do I have subtle spell? I have careful spell. I don't have subtle spell.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay. Yes.
I don't care. I just cast it. And it's verbal somatic material. So the material part is like a copper piece, but I'm a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Her eyes probably go like all black as she's like staring at you, and you don't feel it yet, but there's something slithering over your mind. As she like says something in deep speech, like after she asks this of you, and is just staring at you. I don't care if he knows. What is he gonna do?
What was that?
I mean, before I answer that, what were the surface thoughts?
I mean, surface thoughts is like when you ask what haunts me. You probably get like flashes of the whatever the creature was in my dream. You probably see either the eyes that Michael described. That I'm drawing a blank on how Michael described them last week because I didn't take notes because I'm a bad player. But you see those eyes. I don't know if you. Yeah, you'd probably just see the eyes, and I'd be in a dark room. Kind of like me remembering the dream, basically, from last week.
Yeah. So when
you probably don't hear any voices, but you get the pictures at least. I would say so.
Sorry, I'm switching my water from my warlock cup to my sorcerer cup, so that I can stay on brand.
Awesome. Nice.
So when you ask him like what is that, she'll just say something to help me understand you better. Now, what is this that's watching you? These eyes in the dark.
You know, that's it's weird that you know that. I didn't tell you. Did one of them tell you about it? Because like that was supposed to be like a secret that only they know.
It's a laugh. You told me without telling me. In fact, I think you should tell me.
Did I get drunk after the dream and tell it?
I think you should tell me a little bit more.
I mean, I don't know what it is. It's I don't know. It's just I get these weird dreams.
When were you afflicted by this first? The first time you remember it happening?
You know, a few years ago. Probably around. I'm trying to do math in my head. Hold on. About 14 years ago. About 14 years ago.
Okay, so as soon as he says this 14 years ago thing, I would like to. I'm just gonna probe because I have a limited amount of time that I can do this. So you need to make a Wisdom saving throw. My spell
Okay.
save DC
I'm not very good at wisdom.
is
Here,
14.
probably.
It's 14.
Well, I rolled a 12 plus 1, so 13. So I failed.
Oh. So
When the
what?
dice tell the story.
That's it.
let's
So
go.
yeah, so there's no like change. If someone was like watching this, there'd be no change in the space, but like you start to feel like a pressure as if like the gravity in the room has increased significantly and there's like a heaviness to the air. And now you definitely feel that there's something like just like slithering over your mind, like in an inquisitive way. And let's see, I get insight into your reasoning. I don't think I need that. What's your emotional state when you're telling me about this? Because you mentioned 14 years ago, so like that's the point that I'm at. So the next question is going to be very much informed by that. But like, what's the vibe? Vibe check.
Well, okay, so the whole time that we've like been traveling together, Zalath, I know it hasn't been super long for like us, but for perspective for like the audience and also for Cecil and Cleo, Zalath does not show fear at all. Like, has no fear whatsoever. Does not ever like back down, nothing like that. However, talking about this, thinking about this, he is frightened. You can he's not like visibly shaking, but if you weren't in the room, you could definitely tell that he might be like, you know, like doing kind of like this kind of thing, or you know, like kind of like trying to protect himself
Like
a little bit.
getting like closed
Yeah.
off.
Mm-hmm. But
Um,
he's trying to hide it as best he can, while he doesn't like people to know that he does have this fear. So he definitely tries to not show that.
So then my next question, the next thing that I get is something that looms large in your mind. So it could be something that you worry over, love, or hate, or however else you would define looms large in its mind. And I mean, it's the 14 years ago for me, dog. Like it's the like what like I'm trying to see like if there's because you just said that, does she see more about what the 14 years like means? Like, is that looming large in his mind of like something
Well,
that happened
definitely.
14 years ago?
Yes, definitely. What that is, like, I'm assuming you get everything that he's basically thinking about, right? That's how detect thoughts work. Like, you don't get like an exact story thing, but you get like whatever
I get
he's
so
seeing in his head, correct?
I get insight into your reasoning, your emotional state, and something that looms large in your mind.
Okay.
And you can question people to like direct their thoughts. Like you can shift the conversation to which is what she's trying to do. Like
Yeah.
that's why she did this once we got to the context and like the history of it. So I don't know what would be looming large in his mind when we got to that part of the inquiry, but
Okay, so you see flashes of whatever this thing is. He has never actually seen what this thing is. He doesn't know what it is. He just knows the eyes and like the voice. You probably hear the voice, and you also see flashes of just red of ships, like of a ship that certain rooms are just covered in blood. You see bodies on the ground. It's basically a gory mess. And then Zalath walking around a ship, being the only one left, around the age of like 17, 18, something like that.
wow. So you would know that I've probed you.
Yeah. Yeah, as soon as he figures out that you've done this, he stands up, picks up his maul, slams it into the table, and basically breaks the table in half. that's in the dining room. There is nicer ways to go about asking about someone's past. I don't appreciate someone invading my mind without permission. Don't do that again.
It's a little bit more direct this way.
I would
And there are
See,
things that
Cecil, you hear coming from the room down the hall.
Is the door closed? Is it locked? Can I just bust
Well,
in?
we're in the dining room.
Yeah,
Like
there
the
is no
yeah, we're
door
just
on
like-
that.
Oh.
There is no door on that room.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you go the
That's the
bottom level
common
of the
area.
ship all the way on the right.
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't know where your token
Literally
is.
across the hall from.
Yeah, literally across the hall.
And honestly, probably
I-
everybody in the ship heard that.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I heard that too, and Cleo was running.
Yeah, I'm going. Like, oh man, what happened to the table? It's such a nice table.
My maul slipped. We
That's
have an
all right.
understanding, though, right, Rayla?
Perhaps.
I am all for helping someone out. But don't do that again.
Well, what'd you do?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I haven't seen Zalath have a limit, so like, what did you do?
Yeah, I know. This is Cecil. This is a completely different state of being for Zalath. You've like almost never seen him like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, like what?
Would you like to find out, Cecil?
I will sit back down and put my maul.
You know what?
Leo
You know
shows
what?
up at this point and is like,
Is my minute up? Is my minute up at
I
this point?
would probably say yeah, it'd be up.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
That's all.
I don't have any sort of thing to do to you to figure out what you've done yet. So
There's nothing to be figured out, Cecil.
what's
wow,
going
D&D
on?
Beyond just
Everybody
crashed.
okay? You're alright?
but his maul
I'm
slipped,
fine.
which is also
Yes.
not normal,
You
and he
look,
broke the table.
upset.
Zalath was having a bit of rum first thing in the morning, and I think he got a
He
bit
does that all the
clumsy.
time. That doesn't usually make him upset.
Yeah,
It's-
he
No,
normally
I'm
drinks all
fine.
of the
I'm fine,
alcohol.
Cleo. I'm sorry for making a disruptive noise. My maul slipped and broke the table.
Oh.
Yeah, the ship, moved and it just fell.
I'm getting like right up in his face, like looking at his micro expression.
Listen, if you don't
he's
want to talk
definitely-
about it, that's okay. But please don't lie. We're friends. You
No,
can
it's
say you're upset, and that's fine. We'll accept you're upset, and that's fine.
I am not upset.
Okay.
I am just discussing something, and you know how that goes sometimes.
Okay. Well,
We
we're
are
here
good though.
if you need us.
Oh, I know, and I appreciate that.
Cecil, get off of him. She's gonna like start trying to like peel him off of the laugh.
No, he's okay. Caesar, would you like some rum? I have some left. Well, actually, it's some that was on the ship, but it's
I don't think
not
you've
bad.
ever given me alcohol before.
Mm.
I mean, if you would like to try it, it's not my rum. so
Yes, I would
I will
love.
pour you a
I
cup.
would love it.
Oh, well, the table's kind of broken, so here you go. I'll pour a cup of rum for Cecil. Cleo, would you like a cup of rum? There's a tiny bit left.
I'll drink a tiny bit, sure.
I will
don't
finish
really
off this
drink.
bottle of rum.
I'll take the cup of rum that I have, and I'm gonna start walking back to my room. I'm
Okay.
gonna make eye contact with Rayla, and I'm gonna extend another pseudopod and kind of do the like eye point.
I blow a kiss to him.
That's hilarious.
Let's just
I
go- Oh, actually, Cecil, I have something for you that will help with this. Cleo's just gonna like run over to her bag, and she'll pull out a book that says 1001 pickup lines.
Wow.
She's gonna hand it to Cecil.
Very nice.
I picked this up at like a random, and it's not very good. So I thought, well, it's not good for me, but I thought maybe you would like it.
It's all just dad puns.
It's all terrible pickup line.
I'll take the book, but I am skedaddling down the hallway because she just blew a kiss at me, and that no, I'm leaving. I'm going back to my hammock.
So while the banter is going on, Zalath, like the thing that was like lurking around in your mind, it does not go away completely, because I am establishing a telepathic speech bond with you for the next 3 minutes.
Okay.
That's what I've got. And you just hear Rayla's voice in your mind, and I think she would say, Zalath, you don't have to be scared of the darkness. Perhaps there are people traveling with you who are born to face it. I might have intruded, but I can assure you, it's for all of our best interests. Because I know, because I'm trying to do this while everyone else is still in the room, so that he'll behave himself.
I so badly wanted to make a Batman joke.
I was born in darkness.
Cleo just starts.
Just
She
did the
drinks the rum and
bias.
just starts coughing. That's bad. No, you can have it back. She said.
I'll take it and just like.
I don't
down
like it.
I will reply back. It's not the darkness that I'm afraid of. It's what is in the darkness that I don't know what it is.
And some of us are meant to be pathfinders through that darkness. So again, my statement stands. What I did was only done in the interest of everyone on this ship, including yourself. And you needn't fear the darkness or whatever lays beyond it. I will shepherd you to safety. Thank you for the information. And she's gonna leave.
Okay. I won't reply after that, and I'll just sit there. I'll take another bite of jerky and just keep sipping on my thing of rum that I have.
Yo, wait, can I grab a piece of jerky? Because I didn't eat dinner last night.
Yeah, there's
Did offer
some
you one
everywhere.
before
Yeah,
the whole thing happened,
Because
so
I'm
you definitely
pretty
have
sure
some.
Zarin and Rayla let him have their portions of fish.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he'll definitely offered you some before the whole thing happened. So.
All right.
Down the hall, you just hear like coughing, really, really bad coughing, because I tried to drink it all in one go. Because that's how
The rum
Zalath does
is not
it.
a shot thing. Don't do that.
I'll run over. You alright? Cecil, what is going on this morning? All my friends are having problems.
It's so gross.
It is really bad. I don't know how he drinks that all the time.
Yeah, this rum probably wasn't the best. It was on a clown orc
Clown
ship
ship.
thing.
Clown rum.
So I don't know. It's probably not the best quality rum, but
Cecil, you okay? You're bubbling
yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine.
Look at the bubbles.
So yeah, it's like cartoon drunkenness where all the bubbles are like popping above their head. And
Yeah. I did drop the note on the ground, so you might see that spooky moving note.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, that's nothing. No, it's nothing.
Are we all keeping secrets and lies from each other now?
Well, no.
You, Cecil?
No, Cleo, no, I wouldn't. No.
Okay.
No.
Well, it's your
No.
business. It's not my business.
Take it. Take it. Oh, you make me feel so bad. I was told not to show anybody, but I have to make an exception. Here you go.
Well, it's okay.
Do you play soccer? Because you look like a keeper. I saw that in your book, so I figured that would help in the situation.
wow.
Whiplash.
He gave away my secret notes in 1 second.
You can't come between these two besties.
You're my best friend. I don't want to keep secrets from you. Okay?
I I don't know how I feel right now.
Oh, this one's perfect. Trust me, I'm not drunk. I'm just intoxicated by you. It's worth it.
Oh my god.
Cecil, I don't know how I feel about you using these on me.
Oh, I thought you just wanted me to read the book, and
I thought you could use them because you and Rayla have kind of like a vibe going on, right? That's why you were doing you're watching her, you're like looking, you're like, oh, I see you.
No, I said that because when I went in there, Zolak was angry. He was very angry. So,
See?
yeah, so I did I'm watching you.
You think she made him mad?
She was the only one in there, and I've never seen his maul slip, so.
Well, yeah, no, that was clearly a lie.
Yeah.
I think we can agree on that one.
Yeah.
I did already call him out on that.
But I can use these on her if you want me to.
No,
I
you
don't
don't
know.
have to. I thought that's what that was going on, so I was like, oh, here, I'll help, because, I'm a good friend.
Well, I'm confused. I don't know what you're helping me with, but thank you.
Well, if
for
you were
helping me.
trying to be romantic, I would figure I'd help you.
Oh, I'm not trying to be romantic.
Oh.
That's.
Listen, I read the books to you out loud. You know what I was thinking.
I'm not trying to do what happens in those books. That's a lot. I just think, that maybe you're flirting to get what you want. It works sometimes, and it doesn't work here very much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. She's pretty. But I told her I'm not looking for anything, so she should know that, right? I told her on the day I crashed the ship.
Right, but sometimes you say it and you don't mean it. Not you, but people.
I was gonna say most of the time I mean everything I say.
True.
So.
Okay, that's fair. What is this? She just holds up the paper. It's this is weird. Where did you get it? Did you find it on the ship?
I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you. But I got it on the ship. Somebody gave it to me.
On the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
In Zalat's room when we were there.
Did Zalat give that to you?
Oh, it wasn't Zalat. No.
Okay.
But I don't understand it.
Out of character, can you remind me what's on that paper?
Yeah. Okay. So my point of reference for anybody who's played Skyrim is the black books that Hermaeus Mora leaves around. That so it's the ink is written and it just has this slithery, slimy look to it, and the way that things are written is very MC Escher, optical illusions of text. How there's the staircases that all flow into each other. It's almost the text is arranged in that kind of style and written in every direction and forms an optical illusion, and the ink on the page moves on its own and slithers around on the page. And this is one of the little trinket thingies that I get for my background is a scroll case stuffed full of notes from your studies or prayers. I mean, she studied things, but this is prayers. This is prayers. It's definitely some kind of deep speech, though. There's probably a little elvish on it just because that's she's a astral elf, but it's it's a bunch of weird deep speech shit.
Well, I did take deep speech off of my languages, so I don't understand that anymore.
I can probably make out the elvish, but there's probably so little elvish that it doesn't make sense to me.
The things that are written, again, that's the other part of the things that the crawler writes in Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer on the walls, that it's just an unending string of nonsense prayers. That is very disorienting and confusing to read, is what is written. So it makes no sense.
Yeah, this is weird, Cecil. I don't know.
So weird. I can't even figure out how to read it. And now I feel like I'm gonna have a worse time.
Did Zarin give it to you? Is this like a vampire thing?
I don't talk to the captain.
Well, I did.
Oh,
It was very hard.
does she hate me now?
No, I made sure she likes you.
Okay, good. I
We're
did
good.
crash her ship, but that was an accident. So
I told her that, so you thought you could do it.
yeah, I think I still can. I just think that was a fluke freak accident.
Okay. Maybe we practice with something smaller.
Maybe. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
And that won't kill us if you crash it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't talk to the captain. She scares me a little bit. So.
She is scary.
But
like,
she's
not
like
in a
really.
bad,
She's
mean
also
way, but
really
like a little...
pretty, though. Everybody on this ship is so pretty.
Well,
It's kind of crazy.
mm. Well, if she didn't, I'm gonna go.
Okay. Wait, are you taking
Wait,
my?
what?
You can have it.
You, okay. What?
I can't read it. It's confusing me. I'm gonna
Alright.
go to sleep because I'm tired.
You're okay. Well, we just got up.
I know, but the stuff that Zalath gave me is
Making
you
you
know,
sleep. We
yeah.
just got here, though. We're here.
fine. I'll stay awake. Okay.
Maybe you take a nap and we'll have a conversation and then we'll wake you.
No. I'm gonna go to the kitchen and try to find some food.
Maybe, yeah, if you eat lots of like bread, it'll be like, because you're bubbly, so maybe the bread will make you less bubbly.
Okay, I'm gonna go try to find bread now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Cecil makes his way down the hall.
I'll put the little paper in my bag.
Zarin, are you with Kiktalnik currently? Is that where your position is on the map? Is that where you wanted to be, or?
Question:
Yeah.
Are we on two separate ships? Are we on the other ship, or are we on this ship?
I think you are all on the Bloodlust, with Kiktalnik as your Spelljammer basically driving it for you.
Yeah, I probably would have been up there.
Well, he's since the spelljamming vessels are kind of like, you don't really need to, like, you have a sense of where you're going. You don't really have to see. So he's down in what would be like the front part of the vessel. Right where, if you look where your token is, that's kind of like where the spelljamming the helm would be, where the chair that he sits in to kind of control everything.
Right.
So all this other stuff is taking place down the hall on the opposite side in that lower.
She probably stuck her head out and was like vaguely listening, but was like, they can handle it. It doesn't sound like an emergency. There's no screaming anymore.
Okay. Kiktalnik
So I
does speak into your mind a little bit, because you get the idea that most of his communication is through telepathy. So he's been trying to communicate with you guys into your minds, and he starts to talk to you guys, and specifically talk to you about, we need to get the crew ready for the dock. You also should probably talk to them about being on their guard. Rock of Bral can be a pretty dangerous place. It was, after all, it was founded by pirates.
Right.
So keep the coin purse close and eyes all around.
I should probably talk to Cecil and Cleo at the very least. I think Zalath and Rayla will be okay. Maybe I should talk to Rayla too.
Make it quick. Our approach and arrival is very soon.
Alright, I'll just go get everybody. Crew!
Yes.
Greetings, Captain.
Yeah, come walking up. What's going on, Captain?
Is Cecil and Cleo around? Are they here?
Yeah, Cleo will come up as well. She's just not talking. She's Cleo.
I think Cecil like stumbles up the stairs. In my head, because plasmoids like they have resistance to like this
Poison.
kind of thing. It just like it affects me way quicker than a normal person, and then gets out of my system. But I stumble up the stairs and I'm like, oh hey Captain, are you glitter? Because you add a sparkle to my life.
Is he okay?
It's okay.
I don't know
I think
bubbles.
he might have.
I gave him
partaken-
a book. No, well, that too.
He
That's
had some
probably
rum
a
this
bad
morning.
combination.
Oh, how charming. He's drunk.
He'll be
Alright.
okay.
Cecil, can you focus?
I'm always in focus.
Okay, well, let's try. I've been told that the rock, because it's founded by pirates, is a bit sketchy at best. So if you have anything important on your persons, keep it close. Keep an eye out. Don't let your guard down when we get there.
Okay. I used to be a pirate, so I know how this goes.
Michael, with my experience, have I ever been here? I think I've asked this last session. I completely forgot what the answer was. I don't think I've ever been here.
I don't think you've been here, but I think you've heard of it.
Heard of it, never been there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the premise of the Rock of Bral was about 160 years ago. It was founded by pirates. They tried to, and over the years of it became more merchants started to come, and a lot of people started to make permanent dwellings here. And it's basically everybody, the law, there is law there, but it's very loose. And a lot of people kind of take it upon their own like jurisdiction to take care of issues when they arise. There are magistrates that you can go to and complain about things, and then they'll come and they'll send investigators to investigate, and it takes like days, months, years to figure out anything, and then people end up going to prison if they, are convicted. But it's very loose. Like most people, like tavern owners have their own bodyguards and bouncers and stuff. Merchants have to pay like for services and stuff through other members of the city or whatever to get, defenses and stuff like that. So it can be a really sketchy place because the law is very loose.
Okay.
Sarah.
So yeah,
Do you want to get small until you feel better? I'll carry you.
no, I have to keep my important stuff safe, and I'll lock arms with Celeste and Cleo.
Okay.
Yes, Rayla.
Whatever would we be looking out for on the Rock of Bral? You said keep an eye out. What are we looking for?
People that will
Pirates
take
are
advantage of the more naive crew members.
Like a thief. I've never been stolen from before. Ooh.
Thieves would be on the lighter end of things, yes.
That's true. Pirates are very mean.
I suppose if you're a pirate, I have now met a pirate, Cecil, but
I
aside from
used
you,
to be a
don't
pirate.
think I don't think I've met any pirates either.
I'm not a pirate anymore. I used to be a pirate.
Well, then I haven't
My-
met any current pirates.
My crew was really nice, but they all got killed by a not nice.
Oh.
I'm sure there's plenty of not nice pirates on Brawl.
There are.
Just keep an eye out. Mind yourselves.
Okay.
She can keep saying that. I don't know what she means, but fine.
I will also mind this group. I will keep an eye out for you if you are unable.
I'm gonna put my arms in my sleeves for this thing.
And you guys can see that your vessel and the vessel of kobolds, who's pretty much coming in at the same time beside you guys, slowly approaching the docks. And it seems like Kiktalnik, your Spelljammer, is turning the ship in a position that will get it like right up against the dock area. So I'm going to take you guys to a new map in Roll20 so you guys can see the layout of the Rock of Bral. And hopefully you guys will be able to see. It's a very large map. So
Whoa.
It is a
It's
very
big
large map.
boy.
yeah, this is a big map.
Bro, there's
so,
Whoa.
that's a... I have out-of-game knowledge as to what that is. It's just drawn there. Baldur's Gate 3 taught me that.
I'm going to take it over to Twitch so everybody that's watching can see a little bit of this map. But you can see, I'm going to try to zoom way out because, like I said, it's a very large map. So people on Twitch, you're going to have trouble seeing that. But you guys are actually docking there on the left side of the screen where the docking bays are. And you can see there are several other spelljamming vessels docked. One that kind of basically dwarves, there's actually two that dwarve the rest. There is what's called a nautiloid.
Oh.
Yeah,
Docked.
that's what I'm saying.
And as Lath, you would know that the occasional visit of certain mind flare groups is kind of normal on the Rock of Bral. There are some that come here for trading, but that's another thing you got to watch out for because, you know, they'll eat your brain.
Yeah, I will point the ship out there, buddy. That is a nautiloid ship. People, they are called mind flayers.
Nope.
Be very careful when interacting with them because they will eat your brain.
I don't like them.
I think I would love to meet one.
I mean, if you're just talking, sure. Just be very careful. This is a warning for everybody.
Like I was tucking in very close.
If you don't
to
know what a
Zalaf
mind
at this
flayer
point,
is,
like, nope,
they
nope.
have these tentacles on their face, and trust me, they're very recognizable.
There is another large vessel parked in front of the nautiloid, which is some of you would recognize as a hammerhead spacefaring, hammerhead shark, hammerhead spacefaring vessel. You also see a couple, you know, smaller galleon ships and things like that parked up against the docks. Definitely a big variety. You can see there's a lot of. And you guys in the purple kobolds with the shadow dancer all come to a halt parked next to the docks. There is a place that you kind of tie your vessel to the docks to be able to disembark. And it looks as if the docks go into what look like cavernous spaces when you get to the actual asteroid. Like you have to go through these caverns in order to get topside. Pictalnic is kind of getting off the vessel as well, and he looks to you guys, and you can all hear in your minds, it's like, listen, I have someone that may potentially be able to help. I don't 100% know where I will find them right now, so if you don't mind, I might be able to go off on my own and check a couple of my own spots.
Just be
That would
careful.
be appreciated.
Do you want
Yes,
do you want us to come with you? 'Cause I don't mind tagging along.
I think I will be fine. I just need to know a good place to meet back up with you, or shall we meet back here?
I think just meeting back on the ship would probably be the most convenient place.
Yeah.
I don't think, as none of us have been here, correct? So we don't really know the lay of the land.
Yeah, you guys probably wouldn't know the lay of the land. But it seems like he's kind of unsure of where he's going to lead you as well. So he's kind of like thinking about figuring out where his help will be, and then his plan is to meet up with you guys again. And then once he figures out where he needs to go, then to bring you on. So you guys will have a little bit of time to explore if you'd like to do so. So he, let you guys know. Well, he speaks in your mind and says, "I'm going to stroll around the Low City for a while. Meet back here in 2 hours."
Sounds good.
If I am unsuccessful, the next go round we'll group up and all go together.
What before you leave?
Yes.
And I turn to the group. And is there anything that we need to pick up while we're here? Does anybody need anything? Because it might be good to get directions to a shop from our friend.
We should also stock up on supplies, food supplies, probably. It's very important.
Also, are we trying
Also,
to sell
wood.
this ship?
I was just going to say we either sell the ship or renovate it. Either way, as it stands, it's not going to do us any good.
Well, renovating it might take some time. I don't know if we have.
So it's probably best to sell it and buy something better.
So do you know where we could potentially try and sell the ship?
He speaks into your mind, and he says that there is a. Well, I mean, there's probably a lot of people that would be interested. The problem is whether they're going to give you what you ask. That's going to be the big issue.
Right.
Most of the people that I know that are around the Rock of Bral want to take it off your hands for very little. You may be able to visit a place called the Syndieth Line. It is basically a charter group that you can go and you can charter rides via spelljamming vessels. They might need additional vessels to add to their line. That could be a potential way to sell it.
Well, we'll keep that in mind. Well, you be safe, okay?
You as well. Like I said, watch your back. And with that, Kiktalnik makes his way across the dock and disappears into one of those caverns that eventually lead to the streets of the city. I don't know the exact way that this works, but I think the caverns lead in, and then you guys, I'm going to shift ping you, and then you kind of come up within these little buildings here. The caverns lead up, and then you guys can exit there through the dock street there, and then onto the actual streets of the city. The dock area is busy. There's a lot of people moving in and out. You see a lot of people moving crates, and looks like a lot of people purchasing supplies and bringing them back to stow aboard their vessels. You see all sorts of people, all races represented when it comes to the streets of Bral. And you guys are pretty much, you got a couple hours of free time to just kind of explore if you'd like to explore this area. It's up to you.
I will definitely go exploring if anybody wants to join me.
Yes. Cleo's not leaving your side.
Okay.
She's
I think Sarah
scared out of her
would
mind right now.
suggest we stick together. She is going to be like the eyes on the party. If they go straying too far or if someone gets too close to us, I'm just keeping an eye on all of my party members.
Okay. You got it.
I'm following wherever they go, but I'm guard duty right now.
You got it.
I would like to find a shop where somebody might be selling herbs for making potions. But I don't know where that is.
But yeah, well, I mean, we could just, because I want to also find a place that would sell some smith tools. Because I realized I do not have any.
I want to look for books.
Sure, we can stop by a bookstore if we see some. And Rayla, you say you wanted some herbs?
Mm-hmm.
Or did you not say that to the group?
She said it to the group.
Okay. Oh, well, we have a shopping list then.
Cecil,
Cecil,
should we
you-
look for like fishing stuff?
Now, would you like anything?
I think Cecil currently is like acting awkwardly similar to Zarin, with his arms in his sleeves. He's a lot more standing straight, proper, and he is paying a lot more attention to the surroundings. And so in a lot of these conversational pieces, I feel like he was zoning out. But I think, like I said, I think just stocking up on supplies for travel is a good idea, especially with food. Also, like I was just thinking, like maybe we could like play with the idea a little bit more of like keeping this ship for now because it is fast and fast is good.
We could keep it. Correct. We could just patch it up.
I'm
And
fine.
paint it and clean it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just for now. I mean, we could find something better.
Yeah.
Later.
I don't, because do you have any, like, I mean, I'm not in any rush to do anything, so we could get it renovated, but do you all have the money for that? Because I do not. Renovating a ship can be very expensive depending on what you want to do with it.
I mean, I'm sure we could just get repairs for now at a minimum.
Yes, the captain said something about renovating. I'm just making sure that everybody understands that renovating a ship is quite costly. Repairing isn't as much because you just buy the materials and then we can repair it. Me and
And
Cecil can
clean
repair
it
the ship pretty well.
ourselves.
Yeah, that's. I'm not talking about cleaning it also. I'm just talking about if you wanted to change renovating. You know, changing the rooms and adding things and stuff like that.
Oh.
So I don't know if unless the captain and Rayla has money to do that. I don't think we currently have the funds to do that.
Well, how much could that cost?
It depends what you want to get done. It can cost quite a bit.
And would it take a very long time?
Depending on what you want to get done, yes.
So, wouldn't it make more sense to just sell this one and get a new one that doesn't smell like rotting meat and clown paint?
Well, there's also no guarantee that we'll find one because the good ships get bought pretty fast. But I just figured I'd throw the idea out. The ship is very fast, so.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we can shop around, try and find, see if there's a ship trader or someone that wants to maybe trade ships. We could do something like that. But I mean, the ship that we have currently isn't necessarily a bad ship. It is very fast. It's probably not made for head-on-head combat.
I was just gonna say,
But-
DM, does this ship have any weapons on it?
It does. It has the
Yeah.
three
Weapons, right?
three ballista.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
okay. I guess it would just be like hull reinforcement at this point.
Yeah, like because there's definitely probably some holes in it from the other ship that was
Yeah,
in
the-
combat with it.
I'd be fine with that.
I'm pretty sure in docks you can get it like fully repaired. Depending on how long you wait. How that works.
What was that, Jamie? Your mic.
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
cut out.
Oh no. In the docks you can get it repaired fully, correct? Like it just takes some time.
yeah, it would take time and money. They do have a dry dock that I'm gonna try to ping you guys to.
Like down at the bottom, right?
Yeah, down at the bottom there where you can kind of park it on and they can work on it. They can do things to it. Of course, like I said, time and money.
I mean, we could see if there's a ship to trade.
Always check.
I wanted to bring up the idea that this ship is fast, and if we wanted to go somewhere, having a fast ship's good.
Mhm.
Why don't, for now, we go do the shopping list that you guys have currently? I do have some items that we could sell that could help. And go from there.
And we have
We're
the
going-
helm, right?
We do have the helm.
You
Oh
could-
yeah, we
yes,
do
you
have the
could.
extra helm. Damn.
I will run back onto the ship and grab that because I probably didn't bring it out originally, or we're probably still on the ship anyways. So I'll
We're
go
still
grab
on the ship, yeah, that's
I'll go
fine.
grab the helm, and yeah, we can try and sell this off. I'm sure it'll fetch at least a little bit of money.
If we're going to keep that ship, then I need my room appointed properly. Because right now it's disgusting.
We can definitely deep clean the whole ship. I would say every firm needs that.
My room's pretty okay. It seems like it's a broom
Not a
closet.
room, you're in a closet.
Well, my hammock is cool.
We could move the hammock to a room.
I think that's just actually like a fruit basket kind of thing. I think that hammock is made for fruit, but that's fine. If it fits
Wow.
you, that's
On my old ship, I was in a hammock, so I like hammocks.
Hammocks are very nice. All right, so yeah, I think we're gonna go try and sell this helm then.
Yeah, and I have,
And also look
like, out
for
of
the-
character, I have some, like, leather boots, daggers, short swords to sell that I could just get a couple extra gold coins for.
Okay, gotcha.
I have like a lot of gold because I did the gold thing. She doesn't have any, like, she doesn't need that many
She
possessions.
doesn't have possession yet.
So I have like over 100 gold.
Yeah, I have some money.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because like I have enough for my smith's tools, and I'm gonna be broke. So
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are heading into the Rock of Bral. You guys come out of the dock area where it's very busy. What is everybody's passive perception scores?
14.
14.
12.
Okay.
12.
12,
11.
11.
Cleo's got us.
10.
Okay. Okay. Everybody with a 12 and up.
Okay.
Notice immediately that there are 2 human men that seem to be eyes glued to Zalath.
Oh.
As he's starting to kind of just get into the dock street, basically. Kind of like looking around, figuring out which street you guys are going to walk down. These 2 have like just been talking and looking back, and...
Well, I also noticed it.
Oh yeah, but
yeah.
Cleo is also
Yeah.
like, hey,
Like,
He's
one of
like,
them
I
probably
think
made
they
eye
might
contact with
be-
you, Zalath, and then immediately like turned away to his
Hey.
companion. And was,
Oh,
like,
I
talking.
think they might
Yo.
like you.
Do I recognize them?
Don't recognize him.
Okay. Did you want to say something, Rayla?
I'm gonna telepathic connect to Zalath.
Okay.
Is this a situation where I can use what I did on you on somebody else without prior consent? I would love to know why those men are looking at you.
You don't have to ask me permission to use that on random people. Just don't do it on me, please. Or I don't think Cleo or Caesar would like that either. You let me know when you're done. I want to just ask them what's their deal. So I'm just gonna keep like moving as you do that, and like I'm gonna act like I haven't seen them. Well, I mean, unless you have to stop and.
I mean, I have to like tuck away somewhere to cast this and then
Okay.
be in range
Well,
of
then
them.
I will. Yeah, it's okay. So
It's gonna take me a
since you have to do
second.
that. Yeah, since you have to do that, I will stop.
Unless you're gonna talk, if you're gonna talk to them, then go talk to
Distraction.
them instead.
Well, no, you can pry while I'm distracting them. Is what I'm saying. Like I can go up and talk to them.
Okay, so you're gonna distract the dudes that were looking at you.
Yeah, and then you can pry if you want. Sound like a
Okay.
plan?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just gonna like stop, like dead space, just like stop in motion, turn around. Hello, gentlemen. Can I help you with something?
Oh! They stumble back a little bit.
Meanwhile, I'm holding this like the Spelljammer helm with a big maul on my back.
My friend here, we were just talking about the nice piece of equipment that you are holding on to. That is one nice looking spelljamming helm.
Would you like to buy it? It is for sale.
Well, actually, we're actually employed by someone who is actually works in trade when it comes to spelljamming helms that would probably be more than willing to take it off of your hands.
Captain, These people might want your spelljamming helm.
I'll come over. Hopefully, like, blocking the view so they can't see Rayla doing whatever the hell her
Yeah,
is
I would also try to block the view so they're not noticing what Rayla's doing.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
What the fuck? Take that off your hands, sussy little bakas. I'm casting Detect Thoughts and I'm using Twin Spell, so I get both of them.
Okay, nice.
Oh, damn!
So you're getting your surface thoughts right now. Surface thoughts are of your vibe you're getting is very excited. And you get surface thoughts of, gosh, they must be new here just to be carrying that thing out in the open. And you also get thoughts of, oh, gosh, Aramant's gonna be excited about this. Man, we're gonna get such a kickback for this.
Oh my god. Can I, while I'm listening to this, Rayla's literally the only character of mine that could ever be listening to 3 different mental conversations at once. I'm going to telepathically connect to, Zaren's the one who's the most experienced here, right?
Yeah, she's technically her background is a smuggler, so
She's like so Aramet was the name that I
She knows.
heard.
Aramat, yep.
Aramat.
So I will telepathically connect with you and you feel like something kind of like climbing into your brain. Who is Aramet?
Has Zaren heard that name before?
You probably have not.
That's not one I'm familiar with.
They think
Is that their boss?
They think this person would be interested in what we have and are a bit shocked that we're carrying it around in the open.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to hide.
Would you like me to look into their minds all the way? I promise it doesn't have any lasting side effects that I'm aware of.
No, I know. I actually like it when you do that, so yes, go ahead.
Oh my god, Zaren!
I wish I had that ability.
So
Use
these
it.
are wisdom saving throws? Is that what I'm making here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spell save is 14. I don't get. I'm literally gonna probe everybody tonight. This is
Alright.
this is the last probe I've got.
They both fail.
Okay, so I
Nice.
get insight into their reasoning, their emotional state, and something that looms large in their mind, like something that they worry over, love, or hate.
Okay, so here's the general deep dive. They are genuinely excited about this opportunity. They feel like as if their employer would be really excited if they brought you to meet with him, this Aramant. They also know that they have a slight fear of their employer. That they actually work on kind of commission. Whenever they bring things to their employer, they get a little percentage of what they bring in. So this excites them a lot because it is a spelljamming helm, which you can tell excites people here in the Rock of Bral and is something that can get you a pretty penny if you needed to sell it. So really, truthfully, your deep delve is just kind of confirming what you already knew. Is it seems like they're genuinely excited, and they see an opportunity being like walked around the dock street, where normally something like this would have to be a lot of underground negotiation first before the the boss ever got involved. You know.
Wow. Okay. Well, they know that they just got probed. But anyway, can I just take the?
Zalath,
just
you
take
see one of
those
them like
two?
rubbing his head.
Can I take those 2 super quick? Are Cleo and Cecil still within 30 feet of me?
Yeah, Cleo's tucked right up against Zalath. She's glued to his side. She's terrified right now, and she's
Yeah,
definitely
just-
trying to keep Cecil close to you.
Cecil is like full on like death staring these guys.
We're not gonna probe them, but we're just taking a little brush over. We're just kind of like peeling back the first layer to just see like what's going on. What's at like the forefront of their minds.
Yeah, what's the first thing that's on your minds right now, Cleo and Cecil?
Cleo is terrified of mind flayers. That's I think the top thing in her mind right now. She's like, that's bad. My brain's what I really got going for me, other than my skills with the bow. So I really like to keep it. I think that's primarily, and worrying about Cecil because he's acting a little off. For Cecil, I think that's the secondary thought for her.
Cecil even have a brain?
No,
Is he a brain?
no brain. He's just a
That's
blob.
true. That's fair. I
he's
don't
a
know
blob.
if the mind flayer could eat his brain because it's not like a typical brain.
Yeah, just get some soup.
Yeah, I just want to know what is most on your mind. I get what's most on your mind in this moment.
In this moment, Cecil is actively thinking about if these guys are fucking with us, he is going to hurt.
Interesting. I'm just kind of leaving that there for the last like couple of rounds that I have.
Wait, do I feel the weird slithery?
Nope, because I'm not
Okay.
probing.
Okay, I'm just because that's. But I'm currently worrying about mind flayers.
Yeah.
That's definitely gonna get a reaction.
No, yeah, there is something slithering around in there, but you can't feel it.
Okay.
And I'm just leaving. I'm just gonna.
Don't take my brain!
Like no.
Yeah, no,
I'm like looking for mind flayers. Like where are they? Yeah,
Yeah,
very much.
I get a little feeling of that after, and then those guys know, and then maybe I might slip back to the dudes, and I'm just gonna. This is just funny, but that's it. That's what I got. I just want to make sure they weren't.
Yeah. And one of them just kind of like looks at the other. It's like, wow, that was really weird. And another one's like, yeah, it's like somebody was like in there. That's strange. Looks back at you, Zalath. Are you interested in selling?
Check 'em?
Right price.
Well, why don't we
You heard her.
we can take you to see Arament right now. I mean, he's here in the rock.
I would like to get this off my shoulders if we can find a place to sell this.
Preferably on even ground rather than into your hideout or wherever you reside. It would make more sense for a deal to happen somewhere where we're in even, safe territory. Safest we can be.
See, Arament doesn't go out in public. It would be very
So
difficult.
I think we'll be fine. Our friends here wouldn't be that stupid to try and screw us over.
Arament doesn't mean any harm. He specifically deals in situations like this, merchandise such as this.
I'm not worried about the boss, I'm worried about the grunts. Anyways, fine. If my friends trust the situation, I'm okay.
You kind of just see Zarin like behind her, kind of just pat her sword for Cecil's sake.
Oh, but
Oh.
you have no fear of and he like opens up his jacket and you see that he's like completely unarmed. Like there's nothing visible that you guys can see. Like there's no weaponry. I'm Nellis, and this is my friend Barton.
Well, Nellis and Bart, lead the way.
All right, right this way. It's actually not far. And he actually just walks you basically just down Dock Street just a little bit. And I'm going to share on the map where they take you. You guys should be able to see it once I put it on the correct layer. Do you guys see where it says Marcane Agency?
Yes.
That purplish blue building is where he is taken.
Cool.
You. And they go
zoom
on
in a little bit more.
yeah. And in the map, they kind of flared it up a little bit more than what it is in the description. It looks kind of like an old rundown warehouse when you guys approach. And it doesn't look like it's currently in operation. Like, it's very, in the description, it's very, like, conspicuous. But they have it kind of like, I think they did it just because it's part of the, like, the adventure is one of the things that's described. So they made it a little bit flare up in the artwork. Yeah, highlighted a little bit. So you guys approach, they lead you up the steps, and He unlocks. They do have the door locked. He unlocks the door and opens it up. And one of them holds the door for you while the other one leads you guys inside. Right this way.
I'll duck through the door.
Yeah, you would probably have to duck through the door. Yes. Eventually, you get to a room that's basically just an open warehouse that only has like old pallets leaned up against the walls. There's like 1 or 2 crates in the far back corner. And you can see that there's a low-hanging light on the far side that's just barely like swaying back and forth. And there is the silhouette of a very tall individual wearing some kind of long robe on the far side of the room. I mean,
Zalath tall? Or
taller
like
than Zalath. Very tall. Probably on the verge of like 14, 15 feet high.
So big Zalath tall.
Big Zalath tall. Very, like, the robe it's very slender, though. It's not like a, hulking creature. Yeah. But somebody is standing there facing away from you guys wearing a robe. You're kind of in the dark, so you're only seeing a little bit of silhouette of this person.
Oh, no.
Can I do a check to see if this
Slender
is
Man.
like 10 kobolds in a trench coat?
10 kobolds in a
No.
This is where all the purple kobolds went. This is where all the purple kobolds went.
So finally they turn around and it's Ziv, and he's like, "You found us!"
Just a reminder, I do have Devil's Sight up to 120 feet. I can see in darkness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Actually, thank you for reminding me. Can I do a divine sense?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What does
I forgot that I'm a paladin and I can do this.
what does that sense again? Refresh
it's
me on
Fiends and
this.
Celestial, fiend, and undead.
Okay, let me double check something really quick, just to be safe.
And I know if there's like a hollow spell. I don't think there is. Oh, detect good and evil, celestial, fiend, undead, and anything affected by the hollow spell.
Wait, say those again. Say the types of creature.
It's detecting good and evil, and then detecting any location of celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet, and also the hollow spell.
You detect, coming from this creature, you can tell it is celestial.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, noted.
I'm gonna kind of like motion for the captain, take the lead on
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I'll step forward.
Okay. Yeah, you step forward. It seems like Nellis is kind of like letting you lead the way as they approach. Like I said to Rayla, it seems like they have a fear of their boss, a little bit of a healthy fear, as you guys start to approach, and you hear this voice kind of talk out. Oh, who is that is there? And you see somebody turn around, and there is a individual that looks like... See if I can find my handout for you guys. Oh my gosh, there's so many handouts, I can't find them all. This might be it. Similar to this, not exactly like this, because the robe that this individual is wearing is purple, and they're not wearing a crown, they're wearing more like a hat. But I'm going to show you this to you guys so you get the idea of what this creature is. Very kind of thin blue flesh, with pointy ears, and kind of squinted eyes and a mashed up nose a little bit. Very tall, very large feet and hands, but very skinny, like you can see wrists kind of poking out the bottom of this large cloak.
Do I recognize what kind of creature this is?
You, being a...
Azamar?
Yeah, you might know. This is what are considered a Marcane. They are an individual... they're creatures that usually lawful neutral in their alignment, and kind of run a lot of like high-priced, like merchant-oriented kind of trading throughout Wild Space and the Astral Sea. Usually kind of like bosses and sometimes noble-esque. He looks towards you and says, "Oh, excuse me, I am Aramant. Welcome to the Marcane Agency.
Thank you for having us.
Nellis, I see you are here. Apparently, you must have brought me business. Good. What have you brought me today?"
We have a high-quality Spelljammer helm that we're looking to get off our hands.
Oh, well, you've come to the right place. May I take a look?
You may.
I'll walk it up towards them.
You walk it up towards him.
I'm not gonna let it go. I'm still holding on to it, but they can look at it.
Okay. Yeah, he's kind of looking around. He has to kind of drop down a little bit to you as a laugh. This
Mhm.
is not very common. Walks all around. You can hear him kind of mumble, I have not seen one like this. This is a rarity. Where did you get this?
Out of character. I don't think I've given my planet a name yet, but she's an insert planet name here.
Okay. Wow, this is very nice. I can see it has a little bit of marks on it, though. It looks like, has it been through combat?
Yes.
Is it faulty?
I don't believe so. It looks workable.
Oh, yes, it looks very nice.
It was once on a military scout ship,
Oh,
but beyond that, I'm not sure what else it has.
I think I'm, You know, I get a lot of spell jamming helms in here. None like this. How about an offer of 10,000 gold?
Out of character, do I think that's reasonable?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
One time I don't. Oh wait, she does have insight, Christy. Oh.
Would I know that too? Because I've been around. I'm not really a I don't
Anybody who thinks they
purchase
would
it,
have had
but
anybody who
I've been around
thinks
ships. my
anybody
whole
who
life, so.
thinks they would have any kind of knowledge, background knowledge of this about what a spell jamming helm might cost, you can make an insight check if you'd like. Or you can, well, you wouldn't be able to grant an advantage because this is all you kind of just like thinking about it as
Right.
it's happening.
Yeah, and it's hard to like insight double up. 19, not bad.
19,
I
not
was
bad.
11.
11?
17.
17. Cecil and Zarin. That's probably you're a used spell jamming helm. Probably a good offer would be about 7,000 gold. So he's actually upping his amount because of the uniqueness.
Do I think
of the
he's
one that you
upping the
brought.
amount because of where it's from?
Partially,
Okay.
and it's a unique piece.
Yeah.
And these individuals seem like people that have a good taste in not only magical items but also aesthetic and artistic
Aesthetic,
expression.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense. A vampire helm would definitely look different than the typical.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
You, with your insight too, he's a salesman, so he might even have a potential buyer in mind for this.
Okay. That's a reasonable offer. I would accept that.
Fantastic. Nellis, why don't you get these fine folks situated? This is going to be great. Anything else?
No, but if I come across more, I know where to load them off.
Well, Captain,
Hmm?
might be in the market for a new ship.
Oh, that is true. Did we want to do that, or did we want to repair?
Well, I mean, while we're here, You wouldn't happen to be in the market of selling or trading ships, would you?
That is possible, but I'm going to be honest and say that I don't have any on hand currently. It could take some time. But I'm sure there are other avenues if expediency and speed is important to you. I'm sure
Do you
there
have
is.
recommendations?
Well, I do know.
I can say that you sent us if that helps.
Well, there are many different ways. You see, there are individuals that hold an extensive amount of power within the Rock of Bral. Each one over its own significant part. They call them underbarons. You see, the king, Prince Andrew, the king of the person who runs this place, kind of just puts up with all of them because they keep each other in check, you know? But there's many of them. If you go to the north of here, you'll visit a place called the Burrows. It's a community of halflings. And there you will find that they have an underbaron by the name of Meriden Sandyfoot. He's basically kind of holds sway over the craftspeople on the Rock of Bral. The docks here in the Low City, governed by Azamata.
Azamata?
Not a very pleasant being. Then also we've got from the Juggler's Folk Guild House, an individual, mysterious elven woman named the Juggler. She's kind of over the network of smugglers and swindlers of the Rock of Bral. And then there's the one that I haven't really come into too much knowledge about. Said to live within the cavernous regions under the city. Just simply goes by the Unknowable One. These individuals
I've heard
might
of any of these names.
Probably not.
Okay. The Unknowable One.
These might be
Has
your
no one's-
best bets for expediency. But be careful working with them, that's all I must say.
Noted. Alright. Let's do the trade then.
Alright.
We can be on our way.
Nellis excitedly brings you a massive satchel of the gold pieces and hands it out to you. And it's like, oh, I'm so glad we stumbled across you all today. Oh, this is so good. Thank you. And hands it over.
Where would you like this set?
Oh, you hear Amaran just says, there's that empty crate over there in the back corner. You can just go ahead and place it in that.
Will do. Walk over there, set it in the crate.
Right. And you guys...
Is the gold
I think
real?
it's a lot.
Is the gold real?
Yeah.
Are you going to take it out and check it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems real.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Captain, would you like me to carry that so we can take it back to our ship?
Probably a smart idea. And then maybe we can move the ship to the dry docks. I can manage that while you guys go do your shopping as you need. I know there's still things you need to get.
While we're walking back to the ship, please keep an eye out. This is a lot of
Yes.
money that we're going to be carrying through the streets.
Yes. I would like to actively be doing perception checks instead of my passive, because my passive is shit.
That's why I'm asking Cleo to do it.
We could
Yeah,
split it
I know her
5 ways.
eyes and
No,
yours are
Cleo's
very good.
definitely in
So-
paranoid
Yes,
mode
please.
anyway.
Cleo,
So.
please. Cleo,
We could
please.
split it 5
That's a lot
ways,
of
so
money.
if somebody robs one, we still have some.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We could split it 5 ways in case somebody robs one, we still have some.
I
That's fine by
personally,
me.
do we have bags to split that into? Because I'm
I mean,
assuming
just,
this is like
you know
one
what,
big
Dallas,
stack
you
of
just
money,
carry
right?
it. Yeah, you just carry it. You're a big...
They
That's
probably
what I
brought
think
it to
it's
you in
easier
probably
for-
several bags, probably, because there's probably like
Okay.
it's probably a massive bag with several smaller bags inside, because this is a
Gotcha.
lot of
Yeah.
gold.
Is a lot.
I think it'd be better easier for Cleo to keep an eye on just one person than 5.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'll just carry the big sack like in front of me. I'm not like putting it on my belt or anything. I'm actually holding it like, you know, like how you would
Like a
carry like a
bait.
big jug of water or
I mean-
something like that, you know?
I'm not keeping an eye on you, Zalath. I'm keeping an eye on
No.
everyone else.
Exactly. I just figured it might be easier if you had one focal point instead of multiple.
I think maybe. I don't think it that much of a difference, but it'd be probably better if I was up high.
Would you like to be on my shoulders?
I think, yeah,
Okay.
because then I can see around me a little better.
I will bend down and
Yeah,
like
That
just pick you up and
definitely
put you on my
doesn't draw
shoulder.
more attention.
No,
to
it
the
definitely
boat.
does not. So
That'd be sad.
Cleo, you have to hold yourself because I can't hold your legs. So
That's all right. My legs are
Okay.
very strong.
yes. So I put her up on my shoulders and then I'm carrying a bag. You know, that's actually. I wait to put her up on my shoulders until we get outside the door because that might be a pain to get through. If so,
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I like? I want to I get why Nova does this all the time. Can I telepathically? I want to ask. What his name was like Nellis. Nellis.
Nellis, yeah.
I just want to. I don't know if he's gonna answer me, but I want to. I'm just gonna like get all up in his mental business.
Okay.
What reason do you have to fear such a professional and amenable person such as Aramet? I've seen into your mind. Why do you fear him?
He's like looking all around for this voice. Here's in his mind. You hear in your mind, responding back telepathically, that it's more that I fear of holding on to my job.
That's all.
He needs that money.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're like the
I'm-
best spy getting the best commission today.
they're
Oh, yeah.
car salesmen. You know,
They're
they
car-
don't
they're
sell.
car
I
salesmen.
get that. I
That's
get
it.
that. I
Yeah.
get that. But I'm sussing on this guy. I'm
Mm.
sorry. He's in
Fair.
a big dark
No, fair.
warehouse with nothing in it except for like a crate
Mm.
and a light, and he's just being in there 15. Why are you just existing 15 feet tall? Like what are you doing that? Sus.
He also said
Fair.
that
No, very fair.
you guys were lucky that he was in, so you get the
Yeah.
idea that maybe this guy travels a lot, and it just so happened that this was on one of the times where
We got lucky.
you got lucky and he was here. And then perhaps when he's not here, then Nellis and a lot of the other employees are in charge of making sure that all this stuff gets put into place, and which probably contributes to the nervousness a little bit.
He's probably like a control freak and very nitpicky, and then like if it's not done my way, you're fired.
Like the inspector is in. Like
You're
you
right,
wanna-
exactly,
yeah.
exactly, yep.
I'll leave it for now. That man's on my radar, though. The captain said to watch out.
List.
I've never
Nellis
been
is
in
on the
city
list.
before.
Being sussy.
Everybody's
Get
on the
sussy.
list.
And as you guys make your way out of the Marcane Agency, I think that's a great place. Make it away. I think that's a great place for us to make our way to our break tonight. So we're gonna go.
Yay!
We got 10K.
Yeah.
We got money!
I was wondering what you guys were gonna do with that helm, and I was like, oh no, they're gonna sell it.
Yeah, we're gonna sell it.
Yeah, you know?
And
the
now,
money.
they
need the
got
money, and
tons
we're
and
gonna
tons of
spend it.
gold.
Oh, we're gonna spend it.
To be fair, we're gonna like immediately spend it all on a
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Thank you guys, those of you that are hanging out with us. Thank you so much for tuning in to Spelljammer Lost Divinity right here at Proficiency Bonus. We will be back in about 5 to 7 minutes after a quick break, so stick with us. We'll see you guys soon.
Making our way.
Making away. Oh no. There we go. Sorry, guys.
You're good.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to Spelljammer Lost Divinity, here at Proficiency Bonus. Our group has just left the Marcane Agency here at the Rock of Bral with a large satchel of 10,000 gold pieces for selling the spelljamming helm that they took from Zaren's crashed ship. You guys make your way back out into the streets of the Rock of Bral. Where would you like to do? I would say this whole sequence probably took about an hour to go through all this process. Moving, I know it's not far away, but these streets are somewhat crowded with people, and it would take you a little bit of time to do these things and get them done. So you still have about an hour before you meet back up with Kiktalnik at the ship. Unless you want to go back to the ship and wait for him, it's totally up to you guys what you decide to do.
We're heading back to the ship to drop off the money, and then the captain is going to take the ship to this dry docks, right? Is that what our plan was?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
While we do shopping.
While you guys go shopping.
Well.
Okay. All right, so you guys, easy enough. You guys head back to the ship, and you drop off the captain and the money. Docks are still busy, but looking around, you don't see anybody really eyeing you guys. The first couple guys, those two guys were pretty obvious as you guys were roaming the streets with a magical spelljamming helm. You don't see that much of an eye as you guys are heading back quickly to your vessel anyway, making this arrangement. So you guys drop off the money, you guys drop off your captain. And
Who just badooped? Oh.
I badooped. I gave Zalab my items to sell, so you guys will have spending money.
oh, there you go.
We'll do
Trade.
captain. Yeah.
Do whatever you want with it. It's about it.
All right, so Zaren, you are taking the spelljamming ship to the dry docks from the current dock location. Okay, and the rest of you are just moseying back into the streets of the Rock of Bral? All right, so Zaren, you start to pull the vessel over to the dry docks, which are located just to the south side of the docks there. And there are places where you can kind of pull up the vessel and park it. I believe your ship has to be parked, in one of those, because I think that's one of the downsides of the particular ship this is it doesn't have a way to, sit on the land, or else it'll kind of, tip over and, break the little wings that stick out the side and everything. So you have to kind of set it down into one of these. Now, these look like they're for much bigger vessels, but yours will fit right in there. And you are met with an elven individual that comes out and is looking over the vessel. And then as you kind of come off of the vessel yourself, this is an interesting piece.
It needs a lot of work.
Oh yeah, look at those bolts sticking out of the front of it. Oh, how'd that happen?
Battle with clown orcs.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It was awful.
I mean, I've heard of space clowns before, but I haven't heard of space clown orcs.
Clown orcs, yeah.
That's a new one.
And this was their previous ship. We commandeered it. It is now under my authority. It needs a deep clean. It needs some repairs. Could I get a quote from you on that?
Oh, absolutely. Let me get my my team out here, and we'll take a look at it and give you a fair price.
Thank you.
Sure. And he seems to walk back towards where a bunch of people are huddled. And there's you can hear tools going on around, hammering and going everywhere on here. It looks like all these ships are getting some kind of maintenance or repairs done on them here within the dry docks. While that's taking place and they're going over the ship to give you a quote, how about the rest of you as you guys are milling about the streets?
Well, we heard about this place, the crafters, the wasn't it the halfling?
Burrows?
The burrows.
Burrows.
Was it that? Was that the craft? The
Yeah, here
What
I'll
the individual-
I'll mark the burrows on your map so you guys can see it. If you go to
I
the
love halflings.
if you go to the northern part of the map, kind of above where you guys were, you should see the burrows, which probably in the lower city has the most greenery out of it.
and this is where there was some crafters were, right?
Yeah, crafting.
Okay. So yeah, I think we would have gotten probably directions from the individual that we sold the home to, probably, or one of his employees, and I
Mhm.
guess we'll head there.
Okay.
To try and find some stuff we need.
Sure. One thing that does happen on your way as you guys are making your way towards there, up the, I guess it would be. I think all these street names are in the GM layer too. They are. Let me. So here's like a Privateer's Way. There's like a corner right here between Privateer's Way and this is Hammer Street.
Nice.
Our time.
Yep. You guys do notice that this area right here, you do notice that there are an increasing number of large hippo humanoids. Those of you that are well versed in the wild space and astral sea know that these are called the GIF, and they have
Gifs.
it's kind of like you can tell that this is kind of like it's like Chinatown. You know, it has the races of people have their own like blocks within the Rock of Bral, and this is called Gift Town right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the map so you guys, since you're kind of walking by it, you guys do start passing by a pretty hopping tavern. It's pretty loud. This is called the Rock Rat, which is right over here. As you guys are walking past all this stuff, I can I'll reveal Dock Street on there, so you guys will know where that we came up that way. And as you're kind of walking on the street, you can see that there's a group kind of gathered, and there's a space kind of over near the edge of one of these buildings that seems to be taken up by some sort of performers. And it looks like there's a few actors, an elf, a halfling, and a few humans dressed in this very gaunty attire with heavy face makeup. And it looks like they're performing some kind of classical feature of forbidden love. Right there on the right
Cleo,
there,
like,
yeah.
we have to stop.
Sure, Cleo. We can give it a watch for a little bit. Just remember, we only have an hour.
While their acting seems probably average at best from any productions and things that you guys have seen or experienced in the past.
I'm a pretty good judge. My uncle's an actor.
I'm watching now. Rayla has never seen anything like this before, so it's hard to keep watching and also consume this content. But the captain's not here, and she said, "Watch your back," so I'm watching my back.
Okay.
Yeah, Cleo was fully zeroed in on this performance.
Anybody who's watching not the performance
so
can make a
proud of you.
perception check for me, please.
Can I make it a disadvantage because I am half watching? I'm like
mean,
trying to do both.
We're just immediately, as soon as the captain's gone, we're like, nope.
If you'd love to,
Rushing out the
if you
window.
want to take disadvantage, take disadvantage. I don't care either way.
I was proud of you guys.
That's actually really, really good. I rolled a nat 20 and a 15 on the die, so that's a
Nice.
17.
Well, the number was a 14, so you succeed.
Cecil is trying to like keep focus and stay the course, but I didn't roll good.
Okay.
I rolled like a 6.
I think
Okay,
Cleo
okay.
keeps going, oh, Cecil, this is just like in this story I was reading you.
Got it. You actually see something out of the corner of your eye, Rayla, while you're trying to like look around and also watch the performance, which, like I said, is average at best. You can see around a corner of one of the buildings of Gift Town, there is another individual that's kind of hiding behind the corner of the building. And kind of looking towards the actors, and you can see like whispering under their breath and making some hand motions. You recognize this as a form of light spell casting. Your insight, your natural hunch is that this individual is using magic to give the actors their lines when they forget.
Oh, this is great.
I've literally seen this before. How far away am I from this guy?
You're
How far away am
probably
I?
about 50 feet away from the spellcaster. He's off in the distance, like all by himself, and just around the corner, just like casting a little magic towards the actors.
Oh my god, I'm gonna ruin this guy's life. Okay, hold on.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Do it, Rayla. Do it.
Okay, so I would love to get within 30 feet of this man.
Okay.
Because yet again I am telepathic speeching.
Okay. Okay. Are you
And I was
trying to be stealthy about it? Because it looks like this guy's trying to be pretty sneaky about what he's doing. He's keeping a lookout.
I want to do it. I want to basically like pretend that I'm like walking down the street and like not quite like looking at him, but I'm just gonna pretend to be like walking by.
Okay, let's roll deception then. Go ahead and roll a deception check.
I'm pretty good at being charismatic. Not super good that time.
Rayla's too excited about what she's doing. She's not being subtle.
13.
You succeed.
Okay. I'm gonna walk by and
I rolled a 4.
I telepathic speech him, and I kind of want to be partly listening to the. I just want to hear if everything gets messed up from this, and I want to say, it's more inspiring when leaders just speak from the heart. This seems like a cheap act to me.
All of a sudden, the individual stops and looks around, not knowing where the voice came from. And the rest of you that are watching, notice the halfling. Mid line stops. And like you can see their eyes going left and right.
Can
Looking
I try
around.
and make up a line for them?
Sure, absolutely.
Like based on what's going on in the story,
Yeah.
can I try and like give them a line that I'm like, oh, this is what you should say?
Yeah. How would you like? What line would you like to
I
give them?
don't know. What language?
Anything. What line would you what would you shout out as a line for them?
Oh, I don't know what's going on in the story, but I think
Okay.
Cleo like has read so many books that follow along these lines that she can just like intuit where the story is at and what should be said to make it more dramatic.
Apparently, one of the humans was in the process of saying to the elf that they had no business trying to fall into a relationship with this halfling actor, and they were in this intense argument about standards and things like that. And the halfling was waiting on a way to respond, and all of a sudden said, "Well, you see here," and then line.
No, you guys,
Line!
it's not my area of expertise.
Line!
Cleo's like, tell him that you love him.
The actor's like, make a persuasion check for me, Cleo.
Oh God.
I love it.
I just ruined these
persuasion?
people's income.
Oh, I'm so bad at this, guys. Oh, but that's a natural 20. Cleo knows
Natural
what she's
20.
doing.
Immediately, the halfling looks
Oh,
towards the
that's
crowd, hearing them shout, and you hear another guy, "Yeah, do it! Tell him you love him!" And all this stuff. And the halfling turns around, and you hear the crowd start to like cheer, and the halfling says, "But damn it, I love him! I love him, you see!" And then goes into like this full tears, like start pouring down the face, and like
Cleo
this
starts crying too.
this right here almost feels like it looks like the best acting you've seen so far.
Yeah, Cleo's full in tears. She's so beautiful.
I think like while that's going on, I'm just gonna sidle up to this person that was in the alley, and I'm just like looking down at them.
You just walk up and you're like,
Yeah, I'm just going up and I'm just mentally like, do you see what I mean? When they spoke from the heart, everyone was much more interested.
Is that you talking to me?
Yes.
Hey, look, I'm just trying to help out. I'm just doing my job. I mean, sometimes we just forget our lines. It's just something that we do sometimes, and it's just some reassurance, you know? It's a comfort thing.
Well, if you're going to lead this flock, then you should do so properly. That was incredibly mediocre shepherding. Those lines were horrible.
Well, this
Do
was...
better.
We just kind of threw this together the other day. We're just kind of here to advertise, and he gets out a flyer out of his jacket, out of his like cloak,
Oh, sing that shit up.
and hands it to you. We'd love for you to come and see the show.
Well, perhaps you'll need us there, considering that it only got good once my companions encouraged your actors to actually perform, instead of whatever this nonsense was. As I said, do better. In fact, I think you might owe us for this. Has the crowd ever been so enamored with the performance before than they are right now?
Well, I mean, from time to time, it depends on the crowd, really. It's kind of a slow afternoon, but
Is there like a cost for admission on this flyer?
there is. Actually, I can show you the flyer if you'd like to see it.
Yeah, let me see it.
Let me see if I can.
I'm being so mean to this man.
You are, and I love it.
I love it. I'm here for it. Bully them.
Oh, here it is. I'll show it to everybody so you guys can all see it. Show to everyone. Here it is. Here's your flyer.
I'll look at it, and I look down at this guy, like I'm like looking down my nose at him. Perhaps I will attend this show, but my compatriots and I will not be paying your 5 silver piece per ticket price. Because if we need to save you again, well, in fact, you should be paying us.
Hey, listen, I can't do anything about the cost, but I might be able to get you an upgrade to like a VIP kind of seating arrangement.
What does that mean?
I mean, the best comfortable seats in the house on a balcony level.
Are there refreshments?
I can make sure those are arranged. Please,
That would be lovely.
Could you do me a favor though? A real big favor. Just don't tell any of them that I'm back here. I mean, it's just it would be bad for business. I mean, hey, that halfling right there is trying their very best.
You've appealed to my better nature. This will be our secret for now.
Thank you so much. You're so gracious.
What is your name?
My name is Marvin.
Oh, Marvin. I understand that you're trying your best, and I know you can do so much better. I look forward to seeing the results of your practice when my friends and I attend your 3 Marauders.
Oh, so you will come.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, great. Well, if you excuse me, I need to slip out here and pass out some more of these flyers. And you can see the
fun being in your mind.
Yeah.
Leave.
You can see you was walking back. I was like, that was a different kind of magic. As he kind of like walks, and you can see that the other actors have kind of finished up, and the audience were kind of like applauded, and the rest of you out there were kind of like seeing everybody like cheering on as this small skit came to a conclusion. And it looks like the actors have got these like stacks of flyers, and they're walking out and they're just handing them to as many people as they possibly can. So like one of the actors, like the halfling, walks up to you, Cleo, and hands you one of these flyers, and they just kind of continue to.
Very good job.
Oh wait, thank you. Were you the one that shouted out that line?
Yes.
Oh, that was perfect.
You remind me of my aunt.
I don't know what happened. I just lost it.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens I mean, not to my uncle, who's like, he's like a professional actor, but like, he doesn't forget his lines usually. But it happens to a lot of people.
My memorization is just really hard for me.
Yeah,
What,
it's okay.
I've learned when in doubt, you should use a pickup line.
Oh, do you have some examples?
I do.
Oh no. Oh no.
Cleo is
Can-
regretting her life choices right now.
Can you let me tie your shoes? Because I don't want you falling for anybody else.
Oh,
Let's commit the perfect crime together. I'll steal your heart, and you can steal mine.
Oh, I really
Wow.
like that one, Cecil.
everybody who's
That
present.
was a good one.
Everybody who's present can make an
Aw.
insight check. Zalath, Cleo, Cecil, if you'd like to make an insight check too, as well.
Nope.
Sure.
I would say
Nope.
probably
Well,
Rayla's
I am
still a little
rolling
bit far
awful
off of
today.
what's happening, so she's dealing with her
Oh,
own
no,
little
the
thing.
insight person.
Natural one.
Natural one.
12.
9, 12. Cleo, you probably see there's a little flicker in this halfling's eyes with these pickup lines. It's almost as if it's not just Cecil saying these to this young halfling, but also there's you know how when you're in The Sims and hearts start to form above the heads?
Oh no.
It seems like this little halfling
Oh,
might have a little crush towards Cecil, and makes abundantly sure that Cecil Cecil, you already are holding one flyer. She hands you a second as
Cecil.
Oh, this is about pirates?
yes,
I love pirates.
it's a great show. It's absolutely wonderful.
We should go to the show.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. It'd be fun.
Yes.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, great. We'd love to see you there. And she starts to kind of have a little like skip to her step, and she's like watching you, Cecil, as she makes her way to another group of people and starts handing out flyers.
I think Cecil like misunderstands and thinks she wants another one. So Cecil says, "Are you a banana? Because I find you appealing."
Oh, that's such a good one too. Oh, my
my
goodness.
Okay, no, that was not as good as the last one, Cecil.
I'm saving the good ones for later.
Yeah,
For other
as
people.
as you're watching this
can't-
halfling like disappear, it's like all of a sudden she disappears behind this one guy who's just standing there, and he's just looking at you like,
Oh no.
and then turns around and walks away. He just-
Oh no.
Does he not
Cecil,
like?
I think
do
she
people
likes
really-
you.
What?
Yeah.
That's
It worked.
weird.
I think
That's
the book
weird.
worked.
It does. I gotta keep you. I'm gonna keep this book for a while.
I really liked that second one. You should save that one for later.
Okay. I'm trying to find ones that I like for everybody in our little group now. So,
Perfect. That's great.
mhm.
Raylo,
I-
where'd you go?
I received this flyer for these 3 marauders, and we have VIP accommodations. I
Oh,
don't know
really?
what that means, but
That means they treat us like really special.
Yeah.
well, I've secured those for us. Marvin is going to
Oh,
see
thank
to
you.
it. Marvin,
Although-
one of those.
Heroes and Pirates is a little less my interest level than this, but that's okay.
I love pirates, so I think you should go.
That's fair.
Pirate
Yeah,
stories are very fun.
yeah. I just a little more interested.
Maybe there'll be a love
Maybe.
interest in it, you know?
Maybe.
Maybe there's like a pirate, someone takes their like love or something, and the heroes have to go get her back or get him back or
That would
something.
be very good. I like
Yeah.
that.
I'm interested in this being treated a very special part of the show.
Also, I just have to say, if you look at the top of the flyer, the Jugglers Guild House. So maybe we were wanting to get into contact with one of these people. This could be a chance to interact with one of them, if it's the Jugglers Guild House.
Hmm.
And we're VIP, so maybe we'll even get to meet them.
We should probably bring the captain with us.
Oh, of course.
Oh, for her, yeah. When she would have to go to the play, we can't leave her out.
These shows typically are later in the evening, anyways. So we have time to swing by, get her, and go back. All right, but let's get our shopping done. We've spent enough time here.
and you guys start to move up Privateer's way towards the burrows. We're going to flash back to the captain as the elf approaches you as you're waiting for your quote. Now, I'm going to double check the hit point status of your vessel.
Yeah, that's important.
Because it's like 10 gold pieces a hit point or something like that.
Oof, okay.
So let me...
Now, you also do know, can't Cecil, you have like a feature where you can repair ships, right? As long as you have the material.
I can repair ships once per like trip, and then we have to visit to the dock.
Oh, okay.
to repair
Gotcha.
it.
Yeah, he can just
Like-
help.
Like,
You can do
I
it
am a
yourself.
shipwright, so I probably could fix it now that we are at a dock if we had like a proper setup, but I can't. Can't do it in space.
So the ship's down currently 16 hit points of the ship. So let me double check that. I
It'd be
think.
like 1,600.
Well, let me
Is it
double check.
10 per hit point or 100 per hit point?
You know what? It's this. Repairing 1 hit point of damage to a ship. Oh my gosh. Takes 1 day?
Yeah, that's why this is probably going to be a lengthy process. So
Yeah.
we'll probably spend
Yeah,
some
we can
time here.
time skip.
Yeah, we
can
can
time
just do like a
skip,
little
yeah.
time skip thingy.
1 day,
Okay.
1 hit point. Or yeah, it's one, yeah. 1 hit point per day, and it's 20 gold pieces a day. So that would
So
be
320 gold.
320. Now that's for the ship. Now,
Okay,
if you have
that's not bad.
damage to weapons, which you do have a little damage to the front, to one of the ballistas,
Right.
that is 10 gold pieces per hit point per day. So if you want to get them both repaired, then that would be what, 160 gold additional?
Okay, so what, 480, right?
480.
Yeah.
Total.
And are you wanting to get this thing custom painted? Is that what you were looking for as well, or are you going to keep it the way it is?
What does it look like right now?
It's painted a
clown thing,
deep
right?
forest green.
Oh, okay.
I feel like we need to get it cleaned.
We need
Oh,
to. I
definitely.
think she's more concerned about the cleaning versus the paint job. Like the paint job
Okay.
could be. She wants to talk to the group about that. She's not really. She doesn't really care.
If you don't
but
want to,
it's the deep cleaning for me.
Okay.
if you don't want to pay for the cleaning, I did offer to clean it myself because that's like that was one of my jobs on like other ships. Is I basically was, I did whatever the captain wanted me to do. So I've done deep cleaning, I've done repairs.
Okay.
So like I
Yeah.
offered, I would help do that if you don't want to pay for it.
The last and I could
I
probably
mean, if
tackle
we're
it.
gonna be here for 16 days, technically,
Yeah.
we have 16 days to deep clean it ourselves, in
Yeah,
theory, right?
sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, if we work on it every day, yeah.
All right. I don't want to force the party into doing that if we don't want to do
No,
that.
Everyone
that's
else
fine.
everyone else can clean, but there's.
I know Rayla is
That
not
is
doing
fine.
anything.
Yeah,
Not doing
Rayla
anything.
is totally fine with not helping. It's
Rayla
okay.
is not touching the ship. You're fine. Zara knows. She would never even ask you to lift a finger. You're good.
No, yeah, I definitely.
Okay.
Zalaf offered to do that if you don't want to pay for it. So even if no one else wants to help.
How much
he'll-
is the
he'll put
paint
it back
job?
in.
How much is the paint job if we're going to be cleaning it ourselves?
The elf kind of looks at you and says, to repaint the whole thing is going to cost you about 2,000 gold pieces. I mean, we got to strip the old paint off. We got to prepare the board and
Right,
wood.
I
I mean, it
know.
just takes a lot of material and time.
How long would that take?
I mean, we could get it done with in conjunction with the repairs. No problem. We just kind of work on
I
it as
think
we
for
go.
now we'll lose the paint job. We might just how much is it to just rename the paint job? Like just change the name on it.
We could do that for about. I could do that for 100 gold.
Okay, we'll do that then.
What
And
about
then
what
with
about
base
your
repairs.
what about these terrible looking sails?
Mechanically, are they what's making us go faster, or is it just because we're a small ship that goes faster?
Honestly, mechanically, not really super important.
Okay.
I mean, if you lose one, yeah, it will probably make your ship run a little wonky.
Yeah.
And these are just like, they got holes in them. They're just like a bunch of hides and leathers kind of just thrown together. It looks like somebody homemade sails and attached them to
Oh,
this
geez.
vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we need to replace those.
We could get some like sexy.
Yeah, let's
black
replace
sails,
those as well.
These
Do they have like?
these are kind of expensive. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay, how much?
This vessel has 2 side sails and a rear sail. The 2 side
Yeah.
sails are 1,200 gold pieces apiece, and the rear sail is gonna cost you about 1,000 gold pieces.
I mean, we do have the money to do it. That's up to
We
you,
do
Captain,
have
if
the
you want to
money.
spend that on there. So
I think-
technically, this is like your ship. So you do what you want with your money, because like you even got the money from your own spelljamming helm. So
Yeah.
do what you
I
want
think
with
I
the
think
ship.
we get some sexy sails, you know, like.
Honestly, my
least that's
gut
my
instinct. My gut instinct is to get blood red sails on this first
Mhm.
ship.
Do it.
If we're
No,
putting this
true.
much into it, though, we're not selling it.
Yeah,
No,
true.
it-
it-
Yeah.
I just, yeah.
Because my idea
Might
was
as
just
well
to
get a
base
paint job
repair it.
too. If you're gonna get whole new cells and like get them customized to where you like blood red, you might as well go ahead and do the
Alright.
paint job. Like
All right,
you know,
Michael,
I
you
mean,
need math.
we did just get 10k gold, so like you
Yeah,
have
let's
the
just
money to
let's
do
just
it.
dump
Let's just
it.
do
Let's
it.
just dump it.
Okay.
Michael,
Start
I'm
a new
gonna
ship.
need help with math. The paint job will be a black ship with blood red sails.
Black ship.
We can think of a name later, but
Yeah.
Black ship, blood red sails.
We can
Okay.
think of the name like during sessions and
Yeah,
put
yeah,
it
yeah.
on there.
So it's
If we're getting the 480 and then the 2 1200s and the 1000, that's like, is it 3880? Did I do that right?
sounds correct. Yeah, 3880. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
You could maybe get some money for like a rush job. Maybe.
Yeah, I think we could just
And
time
supplies.
skip. I mean, are we
also need to grab
super
supplies.
in rush right now, like to do
No.
anything?
No,
I
we
think
need to
we
get
just
the
Yeah.
food on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
think
need
we
to
just
supply it.
I think the last thing that you guys were talking about was Kiktalnik wanted to get his ship back.
yes.
And
That
was
is true.
That's one thing Zalath said that he would be willing to help him with.
Of course.
Okay. Well, let's
And
get
that was our last
workable ship before
story
we do
beat.
that.
Yeah.
yeah. We do want. I think we do want to help him with that.
We do.
Mhm.
Yes, I really do. So,
And honestly,
and
there
also
may
I
be,
told him I would.
and honestly, it may be an issue or a way of you can hitch a ride on somebody else's vessel to do that, or
Go help him.
yeah, there could be other options as well. So
Right. Okay.
while this is being done,
Hey,
is this
Michael?
yeah
You said this was a Shrike ship?
Shrike ship? Yes,
So Shrikes impale their prey on stuff?
they do.
Why is this called a Shrike ship? Does it stab?
Do we have a? I was gonna say, do we have like a
Yeah,
little like
this is-
javelin on the front or something?
I
It's
don't.
got a pointy front.
Just rams?
I don't think it rams. Let me see. I mean, I can check on the ship, but I don't think they. I mean, you can ram any ship into any
Yeah.
ship.
That's a scary
Um,
bird.
Yeah, it's Let me double check the
I think the idea is that it pierces, you know, the
The
air.
speed.
It's
Yeah,
aerodynamic.
Yeah, it's very aerodynamic looking. Yeah.
Ah, okay, I see.
Yeah, I'm looking up a
Yeah.
strike ship right now.
Shouldn't you-
Yeah, it has like a little.
Oh yeah,
pointy-
and here it says it does have little bird-like legs that enable it to land safely on the ground. So this particular ship does have bird-like legs under it. The ship can float and travel in water. It isn't built to travel in water, and it will sink quickly if you put it down on like deep sea. So like it's
Okay.
not meant to put on the water.
It's a cute little bird ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just like a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah, I
little
posted a picture.
birdie.
It does have a piercing ram. It does.
Cool.
So when you can actually make a melee weapon attack with this ship when you ram another ship,
Cool.
plus 8
Yep.
to hit, and it does 16d10 piercing damage.
Well, I think we're keeping this one.
Yeah, this is cool. I like
But your
Yeah,
ship
let's keep it.
ship
Yeah.
takes half as much damage and comes
Of
to a
course.
dead stop when it rams into
Yeah.
something
Oh
like
my god.
that.
That's why we.
It's
That's
a
why we
Hail
have.
Mary.
That's why me and Caesar on the ship. We can help repair after we do the ramming attack.
Hey,
Wow.
the elf is like looking at it and we may be able to upgrade and put some supports on the ram in the front. I mean,
If you could, how much?
that's going to take a little bit more research and time and see if we have the
That's fine.
materials.
look into it for us. We probably have the funds available, so if you can do that, that would be great.
As the dungeon master quickly looks up his Ghosts to Salt Marsh
my
book, because they do have that in that book.
Oh, this is such a cool ship. What the
It
heck?
is.
It's
Yeah,
a hummingbird.
Victoria, we had the
Yep.
same idea.
It's like a
Great
hummingbird.
No,
minds.
I literally like I've been thinking about the fact that it's been called a Shrike ship for like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and I'm like, Shrikes are because the LARP I went to, there's a queen named the Shrike because she's like a brutal murderer and stabs people, and I'm like, why is this called that?
Here we go. Ship upgrades.
And this ship's cool, cooler than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just in rough shape. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
orcs
exactly.
orcs have been managing
I
it.
think,
yeah.
like once like you got off the ship and like took a good look at it, you're like, you know what?
The
We can
things
work with
about
it.
it. Yeah, we can work with it.
Cecil has pickup lines for everybody in the party now. Just saying.
Nice.
I want to hear them.
I want to hear them.
You gotta wait for the right moment.
Okay. I'll have to look into more detail on that before I give you a
That's
set
fine.
price.
That's
Fine.
what Zaren's
I-
doing while the party's shopping.
I thought they did have prices in here, but I don't. I see some examples, but I don't see prices of what they might go for. I
That's
thought
okay.
they did, but they don't. So I'll
rush.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Because you guys got
Thank you,
plenty of
Michael.
money to spend now.
Yeah, thank you for that.
All right. So we'll go back to the other party as that those deals are being taking place in the dry dock, and you guys are making your way up to the burrows, which is pretty much exactly the way you see it on the map. I mean, there is a lot of greenery here. It looks kind of like a little halfling village or town set on the side of this asteroid. It looks like there is kind of like a nature, almost like walking path that's put over in there. And they call this street that you're on Lamp Street, because there's a lot of street lamps lit along that particular place. But you can see there's all sorts of shops and bakeries and different types of craftsmen throughout the burrows.
Well, I am going to be looking out for some kind of like smith, so I'm gonna like be seeing if I can smell the your coal, or like smell the burning fires, that kind of stuff, so I can find some smithing tools.
Okay.
And then what did everybody else want? I know some other people wanted a bookstore for Cleo. What did Rayla want?
Rayla would also like to go to the bookstore, but also looking for like herbs. But she
Okay.
wants to follow. She's following Zalath, and
Yeah, I
like,
figured we would just
blacksmith
go in.
first.
Yeah, I figured we would just go like as a group and go to each store, because like I would like to go to all of them too.
Okay.
So we'll look through, and if whatever one we come across first, bookstore, an alchemist or herb place, or a blacksmith, whatever we come across.
Well, I'm gonna save you guys a little bit of time here as you're kind of milling through the burrows. You don't hear anything that would like draw your interest to any like smiths in this area. It seems like most of the craftspeople here are like make things out of wood, and it doesn't appear that there's too many people that do any metalworking in the burrows. You also notice that there isn't really like a bookstore per se. They're kind of talking about, as you guys are walking through the streets, you do know there is a library here. You're given information that there's a library here, but a lot of the books are not for sale, and they have to stay on site. And the library, they tell you, is see if I can find it really quick. This map is so big I have to keep on like zooming out to find stuff, and my computer's like, bro, all this good art.
So there's a stove on the ship. Is there an oven on the ship?
I'd say so, yeah.
And
I mean,
there's
there
a
is a
bakery.
galley.
Yeah, there's a galley.
And you said there's
Yeah.
a bakery here?
Yeah, there's a bakery. Gosh, where is that
Can we
place?
go to the bakery, you guys? I want to see if I can get some stuff to make cookies.
Oh, here
Yeah.
it is. Found
Sure.
it. So, if you guys go kind of the middle city on the lower side, you guys will see the Library of Spheres. That's where, kind of like, as you guys are walking asking about books, that's where everybody's pointing you in the direction of. Zalath, you specifically get people pointing you to
all the way down here.
Yep,
Sorry.
it's down at the bottom of the map.
Oh.
Okay, it's a very nice, elegant looking
Mhm.
place. Zalath, you get pointed to a couple of places. The first place is
Okay.
a place conveniently called the Smith's Coster, which is
Okay.
kind of right there, middle of Middle City there.
Yeah.
That's one place that you get pointed to. Another place that you get pointed to is a little bit farther north than where you guys are, the Dwarven District.
Okay.
So they have a whole place for dwarves. Now, question for Rayla. When you were kind of, let's just say, kind of montage as you guys are walking through the town, were you asking specifically about books related to magic? Were you asking about books related to religion? Was there any specific books that you were looking for or topics?
Well, for Rayla, she was only allowed to read like books on specific topics. So she's not necessarily interested in reading about those. She wants to just like she's not acting like she wants to go to the bookshop. She's just going to follow Cleo to the library or like wherever.
Okay.
I mean, like if there are like if you're asking out of character for a place to buy a spell scrolls, then like yeah, but for just like books, like she just like yeah, like she just yeah, we're just
Okay.
we're pretending we don't care, but we definitely do care.
Okay. Yeah. What? So Cleo, is there? While you're like, we're montaging a little bit of this, just so we can keep things moving while you're here at the Rock of Bral. But is there anything like book-wise and specifically that you're asking for that would be something that you could find outside of a library or something like that?
Leo is trying very hard not to admit what kind of books that she reads on a regular basis. So she's just like reading books, for fun. Casual reading books that I could take home and like read.
Okay. Yeah, there are when you're talking about like casual reading books, you could go to one of the markets. There is a lesser market that's here, below Gift Town. There's also a very large one in the middle city called the Great Market. You'd probably have a little bit more success in finding just casual reading books there.
I look for spicy books for her, since she's not looking for her spicy books.
No, she will look for them once she gets to a bookshop. It's just
Oh, okay.
she's
Doesn't want
not
to admit to us.
she's not outright saying, "Hey, I want romance novels." She's just saying, "I want, books."
Cecil knows what she reads, though.
That is
So-
true.
Yeah.
Listen, here's the thing though, when we get there, Rayla's literally gonna be like, Leo, it
Yeah.
seems like you're very well read. And I must admit that the
My mom does
libraries-
have a library in the stars.
the stock of books that I was permitted to look at where I'm from was very limited. I have a lot of knowledge of different religious groups so that I could identify the infidels. However, I would love to have a recommendation of something that you like to read.
That I like to read, or that I think you would like to read, because those are, I think, maybe different things.
Why not both?
What sorts of things do you like to do that's not what you're trying not to do? I guess. Because I like baking cookies and ballet dancing, and I still need to teach Cecil how to dance. We'll do that tonight. And
Okay.
like What's that?
I just said okay.
Yeah, we'll do that tonight. We'll work on that. So what things are you interested in? Like, and I sometimes get book about monsters and things because I'm doing research for future jobs. But
why don't you pick something for me?
Okay.
I've never baked, nor have I ever danced. I think it would be more interesting to find what I would like to read based on what other people pick for me.
Okay, yeah, sure, I can do that. I think Cleo will probably just get like a variety of different like reading novels. Maybe not necessarily the kind that she usually picks out for herself. Because again, she's very shy about the fact that she reads those kinds of things. So she'll just do like some like general like maybe some fantasy novels, some like sci-fi type novels, some like YA stuff. Fun, good things to read that maybe aren't quite as spicy as what she reads on a regular basis.
Okay, so you're gonna go to try to find some of that at the Great Market. Is that what you were gonna do?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the Smith's Coster
'Cause
is
we gotta
right
head
nearby.
towards yeah. So that's right
Also,
there.
Cool.
you guys would.
I
We don't
do
have
want to
to-
also get some like baking
Yeah.
supplies.
We don't have to like actually roleplay me buying my stuff. I would prefer to go to the Dwarven District
Okay, yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's
We can do
the-
that first then,
that's-
'cause it's right
that's-
here.
Yeah, that's kind of where a lot of my like rune crafting and stuff came from a mix of Dwarven and Giant
Okay.
like heritage. So I would like to go to the Dwarven District.
Right. Quickly, Zarin, you will probably, if you drop this ship off here at the dry dock and kind of make these agreements and arrangements, you could probably like walk into the city and reconvene with your group, if that would be something that you would rather do. Since you're leaving, you're kind of leaving your
Come join
vessel
us.
parked there, and it's going to be there for being worked on for several days.
I think before she does that, because I think she has a feeling that my party members are going to be longer than 2 hours, so I think she'd go meet up with the helms person first, and then try and go find everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
She
don't
would
know
go
we
back
moved
to
the
where
ship.
the ship
It was
was.
just
It's gone now. He's like, where'd they go?
It just cuts to this quick shot of Kictalnik standing on an empty dock, just staring where the ship was.
Bro, that would be top 10 anime betrayals.
Yeah, no,
Leave them on the
Zarin
docks like,
remembers-
oh,
Yeah, Zarin remembers that we have to meet him, so she's like, I'll go meet him, and then we'll go find my party members. I am not pressed by this. Zarin is like, not. The ship was her main goal. I am perfectly fine going to go collect that guy first.
Well, moving
Zaren's the responsible
about the city anyway, I think the group would probably lose track of time as they are just
Okay.
kind of
For
like
sure.
wandering
They're
around.
very easily
They're going
distracted.
all the way up. Like this city's like a mile. So you guys are walking around crowded streets, moving between things, and you have no problem picking up Smith's tools from the Dwarven district.
Okay.
It's pretty much the standard cost of Smith tools in the
so
in
20 gold.
20 gold. Yep,
Gotcha.
20
Alright.
gold, and you have your Smith's
Uh,
tools set.
Wait,
there.
while
One
we're there,
other
can I
thing-
get thieves' tools?
What are you trying to pick up?
Can I get thieves' tools while we're there?
Yeah. That's a
I-
little bit more like under the table in the Dwarven district.
just
but
like-
you can probably
it'll
pick
just,
some
like,
up.
Just sell like lockpicks.
You have to kind of do some convincing, but this is a kind of a rough
I
and
lock
tumble.
myself out of the house all the time. I just need something. to get back in.
So
Yeah.
you can go ahead and mark those off as a standard cost from
Yeah.
from the book.
One other thing, Michael, that I
Mm.
would like to look for is some kind of like a manual of some kind of like like making magic items, but not necessarily kind of like teaching you almost like a dummy's guide to crafting magic items kind of thing, you know?
You're
Just-
kind of
I don't know if a dwarven district would have that, because I mean I know some dwarves do enchant stuff. I don't know if it'd be here or if it'd be in the Great Market. I that's just want to know. That's something else that I am looking for.
if you do ask about that, the Dwarven district, there's individuals in the Dwarven district that point you into a new location called the Mage's Guild House, which is just below the Dwarven district.
Perfect.
Which is where a lot of that stuff takes place.
Yeah, so I'll swing by there.
Okay.
Also on the way down to the Great Market.
Okay.
Do you know how much something like that would cost?
Well, when you go there, it's kind of like what the individuals do is they try to talk you into becoming a member of the guild house.
Okay.
They're impressed by your natural inclination towards the arcane.
Okay.
They're not used to such massive individuals like coming in and saying, I want to learn how to create or enchant magic items with a
they
massive
see all my runes on my
all these
items
runes,
already.
and I go, wow, this is amazing. But we do have a monthly dues.
How much would that be?
Oh,
If it helps me in my craft, I would love that.
It's 50 gold pieces per month.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
And it gives you access to all of our vast knowledge contained within various scrolls and things of that nature that can be deals can be made. I mean, with your dues comes discounts.
I think this is something I would very much like to take you up on. However, I do not have the money currently on me. I will come back though.
Oh, please do.
Oh, do you have a... Yes.
I hand him 50 gold.
Oh, well, thank you, Rayla. Never mind. I don't have to come back. I would like to join. This sounds fantastic.
Oh, well, great. Welcome to the Mages Guild House. And he takes your money and gets you all set down in like this magical ledger that he has, and he like takes your information down. He's like, "Oh, name, please."
Zalath.
Zalath. You can see as he's writing, the ink disappears onto this like parchment.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a very sturdy 3-story tower that you're in. And you can see that it's in general, it's like a loose federation where people can kind of gather and chat about the arcane. They can also share knowledge back and forth. And you can there's different kinds of dues. Like you can be a short-term member, or you can like continue to pay your dues like each month and become more of a long-term member of it. The benefits of this membership include access to hard-to-find spell components. Also, the use of the guild's research facilities when it comes to arcane resources. And also, the prospect of professional discourse with others of a similar mind.
Cool. I will definitely, since we're going to be... I mean, technically Zalath doesn't know this yet, but since we're going to be doing like kind of like a time skip thing, he will be spending some time here.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
When he's not cleaning the ship.
Okay. While you guys are in the Great Market, you do notice there is an influx of those flyers for the Jugglers Guild House. And the reason is because the Jugglers Guild House is very close to the Great Market. I just marked it on your map.
We go shopping and then we go see the show. It's perfect.
So, you guys are spending some time. You do find a spicy book booth, Cleo. And there is a woman there who kind of reminds me of who was the character from the Magic School Bus, the teacher?
Frizzle.
Frizzle.
Kind of looks like that. Big
Oh.
glasses,
God.
really
Oh,
frizzy
surprising.
hair.
Makes sense.
Literally, why is that also how my like MILF innkeeper light is?
That's great.
That's very funny.
But she looks at you perusing titles, and she's like, "Oh, I see that you have interest in some of my newest
actually,
releases." Wow.
Cleo actually avoids it because she doesn't want anybody to know.
How about this one? This is a great one. The Vampirate and the Spelljammer. Gets a little spicy towards the end.
Oh wait, I need that one. Actually.
and this one's a new release, Hidden Tassels. Here you go.
Can I try and hide while I'm buying these books?
I'm actively at this
honestly,
booth.
I think
And
Cleo,
Cecil's
like,
there too.
Yeah, I'm
saw
actively
it and
here.
was like trying to walk by. I think she was trying to leave. Like she was trying to be like,
Well, if Cecil stopped, I stopped.
They
Yeah.
stopped. I
So-
stopped.
Yeah.
Cecil,
Clearly
she
only
she
one.
particularly looks at you
Please.
looking at some books, and she's like, "Oh, I think I've got the right one for you." And she reaches and she gets this book, and the title says "Under the Moonlight: A Beginner's Guide to Romance."
Who did she say that to?
To Cecil.
I'll tell her. Well, I thank you. If 1,000 painters worked for 1,000 years, they could not create a work of art as beautiful as you.
Oh, melt my heart.
I also would love
Best
to
thing
get
I've ever
like
done in D&D.
I would also love to get as many of your titles that you have available here. But I will take the beginner guide to romance as well.
There are a ton of books here. My imagination could run wild on these, and I'm gonna have to keep on thinking of titles, and I don't
Yeah,
have any
excellent.
more right off the cuff.
I'll try to like. I only have 31 gold pieces. I don't know how many books I could buy with that.
I'm sure a lot. The books can't be that expensive.
Yeah.
Especially trashy romance novels.
I think I would buy like 15 different books. I think that's a good number, a good
15.
solid number of books. Yeah.
These books run anywhere between like 3 and 8 silver pieces.
Okay.
So I would say after 15 books, what would be good average cost of that many? So we'll say like 5 gold or 5 silver a book.
Okay.
I'm gonna get one.
I'm great.
You get one?
I get one, and one with like a really trashy clinch cover.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Cleo is trying very hard to pretend she is not interested in any of these.
So I'm gonna get 15 of like random titles, and then I'm gonna like specifically try to find one about like plasmoids for myself.
Oh my god!
I'm curious how that would work. So
That's fair. That's fair.
There is one that says "Don't Become a Puddle" is the title of the book.
Oh my god, that is great.
the one. That's the one, baby. So we're gonna make it 16 books because even numbers are better.
I love it so much.
That's perfect. That's perfect. We got 16 random ass erotica novels.
Oh, D&D.
No D&D. This is what happens.
We can ask Matt Mercer about that one.
Eventually, Kiktalnik and your captain are wandering around the city and wondering where you guys are. Eventually, Kiktalnik maybe they're in the Great Market, and they end up meeting back up with you just because I want you guys to be
So you
together
can see
for
me.
yeah.
No, that's a fair guess
Yeah.
of where they're
Like,
going.
have you seen a plasmoid, a dude who's 8 feet tall, a ballerina,
That's
and a
it.
girl with
Honestly.
octopus hair?
That's it. Yeah.
It's probably not hard to find your tracks. I'm pretty good at
And
that.
actually, Zarin, you catch up with them right as they're purchasing all this spicy books from this booth.
Captain.
Having fun?
I love these books.
Neil is like bright red. I think at this point she's like trying really hard, but also like super embarrassed.
Look,
Leo,
Captain.
are you getting sick? Let me feel your forehead.
It's more.
Oh,
I'm
I think we should get you some medicine or something while if you're getting sick.
Fine.
You
I'm
sure?
not. Yes.
Okay, well, if it
Speaking
gets
of
worse, let me know.
medicine, speaking of
Okay.
medicine, Rayla, did you find what you needed?
We haven't
Okay,
picked up herbs yet, but I am quite interested in this book. It's called Lace Dreams, and I don't know what that means. I've never seen a dream made of lace, but I'm interested. I've never seen a book like this before.
I'm sure it's very knowledgeable.
I'm
Captain, I found a
excited. I'm
book on-
excited to
on
learn from it.
Plasmoids as well. It's don't become a puddle.
That is also
Oh.
a very interesting title.
That is a choice.
Mm-hmm.
We should find someone who's selling things. I would like to make some healing potions for you all in case we encounter any more of those mouth
I wish we could find like
aberrations.
a bag that could hold more things than what my backpack can
That would
hold.
be
It would
really
be wonderful
good.
if there was a sort of
We
bag
should look for something
of
like that.
holding
Yeah.
items.
My
Yeah.
Uncle Jeeves does something like that, only it's a bottle that contains endless amounts of water.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting.
Hmm
Well,
He
you'll never
uses
go
it to
thirsty.
blast people sometimes. It's very funny.
I'm running out of room in my backpack.
It would be
Why is
handy
that?
to have a haversack of that nature, Cecil.
Well, I'll give the party an update on what's going on with the ship. That means we will be docked here for at least 16 days.
Alright, sounds good. It gives me time to clean the ship.
That's what I was thinking.
It gives me time to make my room more
I'll help you
comfortable.
clean the ship too. Zella.
Yeah, I can also help to clean.
Thank
I
you.
can try to do minor room repairs as well.
All of you can make an insight check for me, please.
Why do you keep making me do this? I'm curious. Oh, 16.
Dirty
Seems good.
20.
Dirty 20, good.
14.
14.
What is
18.
18, okay.
16,
16.
also.
All of you succeed. It appears that in hearing 16 days, Kiktalnik seems a little discouraged.
Man.
I mean, he doesn't say anything right away, but you can tell with body language, 16 days doesn't really brighten his spirits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's the
Well,
suck?
seeing that, yeah. Don't worry. We're still gonna help you in your mission to get your ship back. I know it's probably gonna take a little bit longer, but we do need a functional ship, just in case we get into any more combat.
You hear in your mind, Zalath, and everybody. Well, I think I know where my contact is. What if we was able to arrange a meetup with all of us? Perhaps we could just go there. He's just
We
not
do have time.
he's just not the best individual to do business with. So we'll just have to.
Why?
Well, I used to work for him. Till I found out his shipping business wasn't all that above board, and I quit. Not before I was able to help him on a rather profitable shipment that he was about to lose. If it weren't for my quick thinking, he would have been out of a lot of gold pieces. So I feel as if he owes me a favor, but I don't know how much of value he's going to consider lending us one of his vessels, or... I mean, he has a
Sure, we
few.
can- If he can lend us a vessel, then we could just leave our ship here to get repaired, and then go try and find your ship, and then come back.
I mean,
Definitely something we could do.
there's
Our
also
kobold
there's
friends.
also the kobolds. We could
We
Yeah.
could
talk to them.
yeah.
I don't know how, if they would be interested, but I don't know. I'd hate to.
They really liked us. They might
Well-
be willing to help.
Wasn't their
How-
ship also damaged?
It was
They probably took a
damaged and
couple shots
it was a little
in the
slow.
fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, how are you very keen on going to talk to this individual? Because we could talk to the kobolds first and see if they agree. Or,
Listen,
but the thing is, their ship isn't very fast.
True, we can probably get a faster one. Well, my friend's name is Gordimus. He's a GIF. I have a feeling that he's going to need to build trust with perhaps one of you first before even doing business. And the way he builds trust is through dragon chess. He's very good at
I am
it.
awful at that.
Mhm.
Wait. Interesting you should mention that. If I were to meditate on the ancestral knowledge passed down within my bloodline, I could probably find the knowledge to become proficient at dragon chess. Just in case anyone else doesn't know how to. I don't know anything about it, but I could learn because I have a feature for my race that lets me
Yeah.
do that. My astral trance, I can get proficiency in a tool.
That would be helpful.
I know how to play it. I am just awful at it. So if you could do that, I mean, does anybody else know how to play dragon chess?
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
I can figure it out,
No.
probably.
So I
I've
think
never had time for things like that.
that would be our best bet then, Rayla.
Could even.
I speak dragon. I know a dragon. Actually, I know a couple of dragons.
You know a few.
If I had 2 more days, I could give myself a few extra detect thoughts so I could see what he was going to do while he was playing.
Well, we could. Do you think?
Well, I think it should be tomorrow, right? Because we have
Yeah.
a performance to go to tonight.
We do have a show to go to, Captain. And
Oh.
I'll hand her a flyer that we have.
We have VIP seating.
Yeah.
Although,
arrangements.
Zalath, I don't think you're going to be able to go.
Why's that?
They don't let you bring snacks into the theater.
Wow.
Wow. Actually, Cecil, I did ask for refreshments to be provided, so I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah,
You
I don't
you have
either.
to-
I'm not
You
gonna.
have to
I mean, I could
get
leave my
refreshments
jerky.
at
can-
the theater.
I
Never
can leave
mind.
my jerky at the
Never-
ship.
Never mind. It was right above your head.
Oh, that has to be really high to go above my
I
head.
understood, Cecil.
What is this guy's name? I always forget his name.
Kalnick.
Kick Talnick?
Yeah, I call him Kick.
Kick for short? Yes.
Kick, would you be amenable to going to see a show before we dive in to the crazy things?
Sure, maybe it'll help keep my mind off of things.
They're very,
Discuss a
I
little bit
mean,
before we dive back into it.
they're very mediocre actors, but it's entertaining.
And
I
to
can't play
be
Dragon Chess until the morning anyway.
be
Also,
completely blunt, you probably would have been waiting longer if we hadn't stopped by anyway. So
if you look at the top, the juggler, it's a part of the Jugglers Guild House. So if we could maybe even try and get on their good side, and maybe they could lend us a ship while ours is getting, so we might not even need to go to the Kicks to contact. Because especially since we're VIPs, maybe we'll even get an introduction.
and a few of us are pretty high charisma. I think.
I guess let's go see a show.
All right. So you can set up the thing for tomorrow, and there we go. We have a plan.
I kind of just pat him on the shoulder. We'll get it back.
Yes.
Back.
I promised I would help you at least attempt to get your ship back. That is what we're going to do.
Thank you. I do appreciate everything.
I understand the need to want to get to the finish line right away, but we need to be careful, and we need to be smart.
You're right.
I know. It's hard.
So let's go see this terrible acting.
Really quick, was I able to get any
It's
stuff for
dry.
my herbalism kit? Because I only had the one that is in progress right now.
Yeah, I would say you were able to get enough to probably make like 2 more.
Sick, that's all I was gonna
Nice.
ask
Uh-huh.
for.
Can Cleo like sneak off and get some like fishing stuff for Cecil?
Oh
Some,
yeah,
like,
there's
sea-
plenty
like,
of
base
astral
fishing.
fishing bait
Yeah.
you can buy.
Yeah, she just gets like a
there's
whole. She has no idea what it is good, so she just gets like a whole bunch of different
space
stuff.
worms, space shrimp, whatever you want. It's here.
Also, Cecil just wanted to get like some food supplies and wood.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Food supplies and wood. I mean, like how much? Like you talking like just for a couple days? You talking about stocking up a whole ship for months? Like what do you?
I don't know how much I could get on 23 gold.
I also have things to like
couple
sell
days
or trade.
worth.
That will help.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have sold the stuff that you gave me, but I didn't want to have to do that.
Oh,
one.
yeah,
We
yeah,
can do
that's
that
fine.
off stream.
I'll
thing.
oh, yeah,
Second-
well, yeah, we can do that off stream, and I can just give you
Yeah.
the money for going through the market and just selling it.
Yeah.
I think honestly I'd be more focused on like getting just a couple of like planks of wood for repairs rather than food, because I can probably just fish for food.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's
just
how
have some
Cecil's
supplies.
I mean, it wouldn't.
Just have some
wouldn't
supplies
hurt.
on the ship for that kind of thing. Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. Like, a week's worth of like emergency supplies wouldn't be a bad idea.
I just don't have enough gold for that.
I have money.
I have some money too. And Cleo wants to get baking supplies anyways, so she'll also get like
We have the
regular food
rest of
supplies.
the 10,000 gold that we can use to get stuff for the ship. So whatever's
I
left
also
over
have
from
money
repairing
outside
it.
of
Yeah. So
I have money outside of that.
I will when I get all these like prices of all this, I'm just kind of doing this off the cuff, but I'm writing notes down
Yeah,
on what you guys want.
Yeah.
So
totally fine.
We'll
I'm
solidify it
gonna-
out string.
yeah,
Hey,
it'll be solidified
hey
off.
Cleo. Hey
Yeah.
Cleo. I actually have a lot of stuff in my backpack. So when we walk to this heater, can you hold this for me?
Yeah.
Like, he gets down and like reaches into his backpack and like pulls out his hand.
Yeah. She'll
And he'll grab your hand.
Oh, Cecil.
The pickup line book.
That's so sweet.
We should
I'm
not
gonna
have
get
given
everybody.
the book.
I'm gonna get everybody with one to get off of this game.
Wow.
Don't worry, one's coming for you too.
No one
You-
is safe. No one is
No one's
safe.
safe.
No one's safe.
2 down, 2 to go.
Oh my lord.
All right. So the vessel is being repaired and painted and customized. You guys are delaying going to meet with this Gordimus tomorrow. And you guys are headed to the Juggler's Folk Guild House to see a show. You guys spend a lot of time. You guys kind of peruse the Great Market for a while, picking up all those various items that you guys were really looking for. There's pretty much anything and everything within this market. There's merchants everywhere of all different races, and they're just selling all their wares from all over the pretty much the universe. Here, anything you can kind of anticipate, your fishing bait, all that kinds of stuff, your herbalism things, spicy novels, all those types of things that you guys were interested in. And you get back after some time spending in purchasing all this thing. You take Kiktalnik and you start to head towards the Juggler's Folk Guild House. You can see there's several of those individuals dressed up in kind of like minstrel attire as they're standing street corners and passing out more flyers to advertise their show that they have going on. And you make your way to the guild house, where there is a box office over to the side, where there's a line that has formed purchasing tickets for admittance. And you can see that a lot of people are purchasing their tickets and immediately kind of going through these large double doors into the guild house. What do you guys want to do as you approach?
I feel like we're about to get scammed so hard because I was mean to this guy Marvin. Was it Marvin or was it Martin? I can't remember. I think
Marvin.
It was Marvin.
Marvin.
It was Marvin. Okay.
I remember because it reminded me of the robot from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Listen, when we get to the ticket booth, and it's time to buy the tickets, I'm gonna tell the person in there. Marvin guaranteed my compatriots and I VIP seating and treatment for the show this evening. So I expect that we will be led to the proper seating once we make our purchases.
Okay, so you're going up to the ticket booth.
To
What's the
the
line?
ticket booth.
Are you
Yeah, when we get-
cutting line, or are you guys waiting in line patiently?
Ooh,
Cecil will wait in line patient.
Oh God. Okay, I will wait with everyone because I see that that's what everyone else is doing. So that's what I will do.
Okay. While you guys are waiting there, alongside the side of the building, you notice there are like a couple. It looks like to be probably late teen, early 20s. One female, 2 male, kind of standing there. They've been like eyeing the line for a little while. And they kind of chatting, and the female like starts to make her way in your direction. It's like a standard walk, like heading over to you. And then walks and stops by, like catches eyes with you, Rayla, and sees you like standing there and is like, so you heading in to see the show, huh?
I suppose.
They all with you, and kind of like looks all at the rest of your party. Seeing that, I am assuming that you guys are brandishing weapons still as you guys are walking around
Definitely.
Rock of Bral.
I still have my weapons.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not
I would
like
say like the
I don't have
longbow
them,
is
like,
probably
out.
over. Okay.
Yes, these are my servants and companions.
Thank you.
So you guys all look pretty capable.
That's because we are.
Great. Can I are you really interested in this show? I mean,
Yes.
seriously.
Yeah.
Yes, we were promised VIP accommodations in this show, so I am interested in being treated important because I am important.
They're promising you VIP, but I guarantee you the VIP isn't going to be that great.
And what are you offering in contrast to that?
You see, they stole something.
The actors.
Was it your heart?
No, definitely not my heart. These people are terrible.
Just to the actors are terrible, but they stole. They took something of yours, is what you're saying.
This whole thing is a guise. They use these shows to thieve. You're gonna get treated with VIP treatment, then you're gonna realize when you leave that half your stuff's missing.
Where are...
Can I insight check this girl and see what her vibe is?
Absolutely, go for it.
Where did her friends go?
They're still standing at the corner.
As she approached?
They're still
So
at the
they
corner.
didn't move when
They
she
didn't move.
approached.
It just looks like they're sitting there just talking.
This is weird. This is a weird lady.
Huh?
One.
Oh no.
You trust it?
I don't think she trusted, but she can't read her.
Yeah, hard to read.
So then we'll keep extra close watch on our things. If they've stolen something from you, why don't you just go get it back? And in fact, what does that say about you in the first place, that you were robbed? That could never be me.
Well, it wasn't me personally. It was from our group.
What did they take from you?
Well, it's a harp.
It's a harp. Why
Nothing
don't you go
thief
get
off
another
harp.
one?
It's a harp. It's an enchanted harp, you see?
How big? How big is the
How
harp?
big of a harp are you talking about?
Oh, it's probably it's still in its original crate. Unless they've changed it out. I have no idea. It's just
So
recently.
you brought an entire harp. Your friends brought an entire harp to this show and had an entire harp carried out from under your noses while you were attending this show.
No, it wasn't
Did they
during the
blind
show.
you during it?
It wasn't during the show. These guys steal everywhere.
So they stole off your ship or something.
Well, see, we stole it first, and then they stole it off of us, and we
Who
want it
did
back.
you steal it from?
Wait, so what you're saying here is that neither of you are in the right. You're all stealing from everybody else, so you're all in the wrong here.
We're in the right. We stole it first.
From whom?
I don't know who we stole it from. It wasn't that important. We stole it fair and square.
I'm
Where
going
were
to be
you?
honest. I think this is probably not the district to talk to people about this. You know, you're literally in their domain talking about stealing.
Where
goods.
did you steal it
Doesn't make
from?
sense.
We're on the rock. We can talk about stealing everywhere we go.
Fair.
Where did it? And why? Why are you? Why have you deigned to approach me and tell me all of this and my servants
I don't know.
slash companions?
I looked at you. I saw the weapons. I saw the big Goliath guy. You know, I mean, you guys feel like it looks like you guys are capable. Maybe I can go in there with you, and I can show you where to go to get it, and we can get it and get out of there. And then, my
A
gosh, man.
heist?
And then what's in it for us?
Oh, I'm sure we can get you some gold.
Guarantee it.
Insight at the idea of getting gold for this.
Go ahead. You can incite it.
Can I ask what's so special? Like, I know you said it's enchanted, but what's so special about this harp?
Sure. She looks at you.
11.
11. You think that she's being honest when she says about gold, but you're not sure that she has the authority to say or make that happen. That's your vibe for insight. When it comes to asking about what was the enchantment, she kind of looks at you and she's like, I don't know the exact details, but I know it draws people into its sounds. Makes you kind of lose yourself in the moment.
Bro,
Almost
like
started
my-
singing Eminem right there.
makes you. Oh my god. Okay.
You know how? Hey, earlier, whenever we were talking about Batman, you know how hard it was for me to not go, "Where's Harvey Dent?" That's how I was struggling.
I think I would very pointedly make like eye contact with like the captain or Riley, whoever looking at me, and then I would just turn around and exit the conversation.
Okay.
And go back to. I would turn around and exit the conversation and go back to waiting in line because I don't think they have the power to give the gold. So
I am.
You'll just hold hands, like swinging it in line, like da 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 da. We're back to just waiting.
Yeah, there's only like a couple more people in front of you as the line's continuing to move, so you guys are kind of nearing the end of this conversation anyway. So it's kind of getting to the point where you either got to decide to get your tickets or.
I don't.
Miss, could you give us a second and let us discuss? Could you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go over here and wait.
We'll wave you back over.
Sure, absolutely.
Once they're out of the way.
Yeah, she just
walks
nonchalantly, like she's like throwing something up and catching it as she walks back over to the group of the other two guys that are standing over there in the corner.
Actually, Kick, I know you can talk to us all in our mind. Can you do that with me, and then you relay that what I'm saying to them so no one overhears us, please?
Yes.
You know, I could also do that, right?
With everybody at the same time, though?
No.
Well, that's why I was asking, because Kick can do it with all of us.
Technically, Kick is like saying it to one person and saying it to another. Like,
okay.
I mean,
Never mind.
I don't think.
was
Let me double check, but I don't think
I
he
thought it was a
can.
group
I don't
thing.
think he
My bad.
can group telepathy. But I mean, a lot of it, like you probably heard him like say a few common words while he's been with you, but it's very hard for him to speak because of just his anatomy. So it's very like a broken common at most. So he's more
Gotcha.
comfortable using his telepathy.
Then I wouldn't ask that. I thought he was talking to everybody at once, so I wouldn't even say that.
Yeah, mechanically, it's like he's repeating himself a bunch of times, but I just try to like put it into like a just to make it safer for stream, so I'm not doing that over and over again.
So I say we either don't help them at all because that seems fishy and shady as hell, or we say we're gonna help them, and of course I'm saying this in a hushed tone so they can't overhear us. Hopefully, or we could say we're gonna help them and then turn them in to
And a double cross.
Well, I'm just thinking if we're trying to get into a good gracious with the juggler, this could be a way to do that.
I was thinking
You
a
turn
similar
them in.
thing.
Well, great minds.
I'm not opposed to these ideas, but I just want to point out that if this harp does what they think it does, that would be how everyone is unable to see themselves being stolen from. Because that is the distraction. That is
Fair enough.
potential. If it's magical, it could hinder us. If
And
used.
That's why we turn them in.
earplugs?
I'm fine with that. I'm just putting it out there that if we go in and get close to that thing,
We're gonna get robbed so hard.
we're gonna get robbed so hard. There's like, can we? I know you want the VIP treatment, but I don't think I'm comfortable going in now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If we turn them in, they won't steal from us, hopefully, because we turned in someone that is trying to steal from them. And
That's
then
fine.
we can like get on the good side of the juggler, and maybe they can help us with getting a fast ship, or
And one of the actresses already has a crush on me, so I have like kind of good graces right now.
and then also Rayla has her in person.
Marvin already owes me.
Yeah, we could. Do you see that individual? We could.
Probably not, right?
Yeah, you don't see Marvin right
I
now.
don't see him.
He's not outside.
Bro, it's so hard knowing that VIP treatment probably means double rob me, but I can't do anything about it because my character doesn't understand.
Cecil's still like, I'm going to see a play. Yay!
Right. I think that's a good plan. I think that's a good plan. Come back here. Come here. Over here to the
Oh,
girl.
You see her notice you and then do like a little head nod and start walking over. Yeah, have you thought about it?
We will find this harp for you.
Oh, great.
Where should we meet you to deliver it?
You know, I think we better, on the corner of Clipper Street and Galleon Street. See, right off the end here, if you just go right down to the next intersection, we can wait down there and be ready for the trade-off. Basically, what if you guys see where that Cindieth line arrow is pointing to, that's Galleon Street down there, and Clipper Street is the one that like is currently like going up there. So it's basically you got to go down a block, and that's where they tell you they'll meet you.
I will say, if you decide to not hold up your end of the bargain and give the gold as you stated you would, because I feel like you're planning to make promises that you can't necessarily fulfill yourself, we will find you and hurt you pretty dramatically, honestly, because we don't play with that kind of stuff.
Make an intimidation check, Cecil.
And as Cecil was saying, I'll just walk up behind him to like look
Ditto.
imposing to
Alright.
try and give him
You can-
advantage on the.
You can take advantage if you see you're imposing.
Proficient in intimidation, let's go.
23.
23. Okay, yes. Hey, look, I'm not looking for trouble. I got the gold. I just need the harp.
And as our new business associate, what should we call you? You can call me Rayla, or Your Majesty.
Okay, Your Majesty. Just call me Red.
Red.
Oh, are we using pretend names? You can call me Star.
Hello,
You
Star.
can call me Puddle.
Oh my god.
I love it. That's a good one, Cecil. I like it.
You just said my real name.
Sorry.
Leo,
Instant.
You could just call me Z.
Well, hello, Z. Well, I'm just thrilled. We're gonna stop these thieves and swindlers. How dare they
Yeah,
steal
we're
from
best
us?
friends now.
Well, I was your best friend. What the heck?
You're my best friend. Don't that was being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, good luck in there. We'll be waiting. And she kind of skips off over to her other two, and they kind of, You can see that they're sharing a quick conversation, and one guy's like, gets kind of like an excited look on his face, and then they kind of disappear down another alley.
It feels so bad. We're gonna ruin these kids' lives.
They're ruining their own lives. with
Yeah,
their
we're
lives
trying to
choices.
get in. Well, it's just unfortunate for them. We're trying to get into the juggler's good graces. So it's unfortunate for them.
Oh my god, we're back in line.
Next, as the person behind the ticket booth calls out.
Hello.
Hi.
Well, hello. How many?
6.
6. All of a sudden, see the. Wait a minute. Marvin gave me a description.
Of course he did. What a good lad.
VIP.
Yes. We are VIP.
Yes, I can see that. Kind of like looks over this. Looks over this. Still, the cost is going to be 5 silver pieces per person, but upgraded tickets for VIP personnel.
That's wonderful. Is the actress from the street earlier in tonight?
From the
Is she
street?
in this?
Which street?
We were on. Oh no.
I don't think we did.
It was Hammer Street and Privateer's Way.
Oh, Kithley. Kithley.
Kithley.
Yeah, Kithley. Yes. Yes.
Is Kithley here?
Oh, yes. Yes. She's in the production.
Oh, I would love to say hello if you could let her know that I'm here. You know, just say like a see-through blue guy. I'm sure she'll know who you're talking to.
Well, currently everybody's backstage getting ready, but I'm sure that a note can be passed so she can see afterwards.
Yeah, I'll tip this guy like.
Do you have a
Obscene
manager
amount of
on
gold.
duty?
5 gold.
5 gold. Well, of course, I'll try to get this letter right away. He starts like immediately writing for 5 gold. And your tickets are kind of passed out through the glass. For
By the
Sive.
way,
Yeah.
do you have a manager on duty?
I mean, we have several inside. What is it that you're looking for?
I need to have a private conversation with one of the managers.
It's
Is
in
this-
your best interest to
is-
let us talk
is-
to them.
Is this about my hospitality? I mean, I'm
Not you.
okay. Phew. Oh,
Not you.
I can't afford another demerit.
It's very helpful.
No.
Not you. But it is important. So if I could get access to one of them, or preferably the top one.
Hmm.
I mean, take my gold as payment for that as well.
What is this? What is this about?
You can tell them it's a matter of security.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Is there anybody? It seems like there's nobody in line behind you, so it's like, here are your tickets. Your upgraded VIP. Marvin is waiting inside. He said that he would be awaiting arrival from your group with the description provided. I need to go speak to my advisors, and he kind of disappears back behind and pulls the shade down over the. Yeah, it's like quickly, and kind of disappears into the booth. And you guys walk in to the Juggler's Folk Guildhouse. Now, I do have a map for this, but I didn't like populate it yet. So
That's okay.
You guys will have to just kind of So here is the theater. You may have to pull your tokens on to be able to see. Are you able to pull tokens, or do I need to pull the tokens?
We can pull them if you pull to the middle of the map.
Yeah, you just pull it. Yeah, just drag it to the middle of the map, and you'll be able to see the theater.
What? I don't see anything.
Don't see anything. Where are you?
I just see black.
Where are
I just
you?
see a black square.
Where'd you put yourself?
You have to put
I
your token
didn't.
on.
There's no. My token's not there. It's just black.
No, you have to pull from your character.
Here, let me.
Sheet.
I can grab it for
Oh,
you.
I don't ever use Roll20. I don't know how
Yeah.
that. How do I do that?
Here, I'll grab
Your
it.
name and
on
pull
your
it onto the thing.
Here, I
Yeah,
put
just
it on
drag
there.
it
Can you
to
see
it.
it now?
Player
Or drag and drop.
Oh, now I see.
No, you see.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so basically where your tokens are in the middle of the map, that is where there is a big crowd of people. That's like your general admission. But your VIP box is actually right up here, right alongside the stage area.
Nice.
Okay. And we're going.
Just so you know, this area right here is completely black for me.
Which area?
This is where I'm pinging. It's like there's
Really?
messed up lighting or something here. Yeah, just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let
I don't
me-
get it.
Derek, you broke it.
Weird.
Is
It's
that
just
just me?
Derek.
Oh, that's just
It
me.
might be
Is that just me? All right, let me
Yeah.
refresh. Sorry.
That's weird because there's nothing there on my dynamic lighting layer.
Okay.
Looks
It
fine
might
to
have
me.
been just me then.
It was weird. But this is what the guild house looks like. When you guys come in, you came in through the front entryway where you met Marvin. And I'm so glad that you could make it.
Yes, as am I, and I really do think that the forces of fate intended for us to meet on the streets because, well, let's just say we have some important information for whoever runs this show. I don't want to harp on it too much, but it's rather important, and we just care about your theater little show so much. It'll help keep it safe.
When you said harp loudly, you did catch a glimpse of a little twitch of the eye on this individual Marvin.
Marvin, I know that you will treat us right here.
Oh,
Zaren's just nodding.
Absolutely, absolutely. Here, right this way. I've got your box prepared. It's cleaned and pristine. We also have several beverages waiting.
Wonderful.
Also, we were told that we weren't allowed to bring snacks in. Are there snacks in the booth?
Oh, absolutely. Snacks will be brought. Snacks will be provided.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Yes.
I also had a question.
Yes.
Oh no.
If so, like, what if we wanted to become a part of the play sometime?
Oh, you want to be
Like, is
part
there
of
a
the
way-
play?
Is there a way to become like an actor or something?
Oh, of course. Absolutely. You would need to speak with some of our higher ups, but yeah, of course.
Cecil, you would be so good at it.
I know.
Do
I'm
you
so
have any?
excited.
Do you have any experience or training in acting?
I am good at lying to people.
Just right out.
Also, I used to be a pirate, and I noticed that your play's whole theme is like pirates. So I feel like I could potentially give a lot there.
And you can change shape.
I can change shape. Look, I turned into a puddle.
Oh my god.
I'll turn back into myself in my clothes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Can you like squeeze through small spaces while you're in that form and things like this?
I can. Up to as small as an inch. So I could just appear on stage, whatever.
Wow. That would be incredible visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make sure I point you in the right direction of people to speak to.
Awesome. Thanks.
And the individual that gave us our tickets was acquiring a manager. Marvin, I hope you'll make sure that manager gets to us as soon as possible.
Absolutely. I believe she may be getting ready because she's in the show.
Oh, that won't do. We need to speak to this manager before the show starts.
I don't know if I can do that. I mean, that's
Marvin.
She only performs a certain nights. I mean, you guys are on the night that you guys got lucky enough to be here when she's.
Marvin, how wonderful would it be for you to have uncovered a plot with the help of your hand-picked VIP patrons. You uncovered a plot to steal something that I'm sure is very important to the show. You wouldn't. It would look good on you, would it not? To help foil a plot of theft
There's a plot
created against you.
There's a plot of theft against us?
We are working for the juggler's best wishes, and we think the juggler would be very unpleased with the situation that someone is trying to cause to happen upon this theater.
And lucky for you, the thieves are waiting for you to be dealt with as the juggler wishes at a specific intersection elsewhere on the Rock of Bral. And so I think it is in the show's best interests for us to speak to that manager right away before the show starts.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. With
You don't
seasonal
want to
salary.
harp on this too long.
Exactly. Literally, yeah. No, we're gonna do this one because it's spooky. A persuasion, you say? Those were almost the same thing.
Remember, we also do have DM's inspiration from last session.
You do.
I
Everybody
don't
has
think
DM's
I
inspiration.
don't think I need it because I rolled with 13 plus 4, 17.
17, okay. Marvin looks at you and says, "Okay, I mean, I'm putting my neck out there, but I'll go and see what I can do."
I will protect your neck, Marvin. Have faith.
He starts rubbing his neck and then, then disappears. Kind of starts off walking backwards and turns around and almost to like a little bit of a speed walk as he heads towards the backstage area.
I'll lean into Zarin and roll. Hey. I was gonna say something really sweet about you, but then I saw you and I became speechless.
Got him. Oh.
God.
I wish that were true, too, sometimes.
Well, it is. You scare me a little bit. So.
Good.
Cleo is
That's
like
it.
right up against the balcony, like teetering, like super close, like getting as close in as she can.
Yeah, in this place, like I said, I didn't populate this, but imagine it being crowded. And there's these box seats that are on the sides, kind of like where you guys are. There's also balcony seats that are kind of like mid-level seats that are up here in these areas. My shift ping's not quite working. There it is. Yeah. So imagine like this place is almost completely filled for this show. And there's a murmur upon the crowd. Eventually the curtain does open. You can see these elaborate backdrops painted and put on. It looks like the show's about to begin, and some of the actors start coming out onto the platform and start reciting some of their lines. Let me pull this up real quick.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of Martin if he doesn't. His neck is not safe.
And if I start to hear music, I am plugging my ears with my fingers.
Okay. There is a small pit of musicians in the front,
Is there a harp
like
in
right
there?
right front of the stage. You do not see a harp present, but you do see other stringed instruments that are being used and utilized. A couple percussion instruments and things of that nature. So as it opens up, you see the scene takes place in the hold of a ship below the main deck. It looks like there's a bunch of cargo crates and stuff put on. And there's these individuals, these different actors, like gathered, laughing and joking at the expense of a younger person who seems to be dressed in nice clothes, which are in sharp contrast to the rags that are worn by the other individuals that are laughing. They look to be like unbathed, unkept pirates. The cargo in the hold seems to have all these crates and barrels full of goods, such as fruit, veggies, and looks like water buckets that are put out here as well. And you can hear the pirates all singing, "Yo ho, a pirate's life for me." And then it keeps on like they got this like extended pirate song going. And then this young person who Cecil, you recognize as the
Girl?
young girly halfling that you met before. And she shouts out, "You better let me go. My father is the governor of this territory." And then all of a sudden, this other one of those pirates is like, "We know. That's why we kidnapped you." And then the girl like responds back, "What are you gonna do with me?" And then another one of the pirates is like, "Ransom ya for money." And it spits something in and it's just this back and forth happens. And then all of a sudden you guys hear whispers behind the curtain of your VIP box. And you see Marvin kind of peeks his head through towards you, Rayla, and is like, "She's here, okay? She's here. Let's come with me." And he's like waving to you guys to like come out of the box and out into like the hallway behind.
Cleo has
Cleo's
no idea.
enamored.
Cleo is literally like leaning over the
Cleo's
balcony like this, like almost falling over the balcony. Except that she's
Cecil
very
too. It's
dexterous.
just like,
It's
this is his shit. So he's like,
I will follow. I'll follow Rayla out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rayla.
And as you guys are walking out, you hear in the background, "My father will never pay. Too late. He already did. Then I will go free. Maybe." And as you guys are walking out,
Maybe.
and as you guys are walking out, you hear one of the other pods, "Maybe not."
Oh no.
Cleo and Cecil like right at the balcony watching
It was
avidly
like,
while
oh.
everybody else walks off.
So you guys walk out to meet face to face with a heavily made up elven woman. Beautiful. Made up as if to look like imagine a Three Musketeer with a rapier by her side. She has big, poofy, almost MC Hammer pants. Poofy, like, decorative white shirt that she's wearing that has the extra ruffles. I don't know what you call those, but they're like a little flamboyant kind of looking shirt. And she's got this very nice looking big hat with a fluffy feather, blue feather, like sticking out of the top of it. And Marvin's like, This is the juggler. And
Marvin, you are a true servant, loyal to the end to the juggler, and this company is so lucky to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This is my new friend.
You can call me Rayla.
Rayla. That's her. And the juggler's like, I don't have much time, but I hear there's a threat, and I'm intrigued. Can somebody
There
tell me what's
is.
going on?
Oh yes. Well, as you can see from my two servant companions here. Oh no, my light. It hit it. Our group is equipped. I just gesture vaguely to like the weaponry.
Yeah, I'm just standing there with my arms crossed, like making sure no one goes into this room while we're not in there because our two friends are not paying attention.
Yeah, she looks behind the curtain, sees Cleo and Cecil like just enameled into the show, like hanging over the balcony, watching what's going on. You guys can hear in the background, "You'll never get away with this. We already have."
Oh my God. So, while we were in line for our tickets, we were approached by a young woman claiming that an enchanted harp capable of entrancing people had been stolen from her and her group, although they had stolen it from somewhere else. And she requested that we get it back for her.
Really?
Yes, but it's rather interesting. We'd heard talk of the juggler earlier on in our visit to the Rock of Bral, and actually had an interest in meeting you. So we took it upon ourselves to protect the show as patrons of this, and gestures towards what's happening beyond the curtain.
The fine arts.
That fine arts.
And as you gesture that in that direction, Rayla, you hear in the distance, you hear, "My father will hire the greatest fighters in the land to stop you. You'll never escape." And you hear one of the pirates say, "Greatest fighters? Who would that be anyway?" And you hear her say, and it sounds like, and you guys see her look out to the audience and go, "The 3 Marauders." And the audience goes,
Leo doesn't do. No idea what this means, but she's like, "Oh."
Well, since we had already encountered wonderful Marvin here, who cares deeply about protecting this production and these arts, we felt it necessary to report this to you, and that the would-be thieves, again, are meeting us at the intersection of Clipper and Galleon, expecting this harp to be delivered to them.
"Oh,
A harp that I should certainly hope is not going to be used on myself or any of my compatriots.
oh, not at all, not at all. Of course not."
Vibe check.
Go ahead, you can make an insight check if you like.
Vibe check. Vibe check. She's probably really good at lying, and I'm not super good at I'm using my inspiration.
Inspiration?
I'm using my inspo.
Sure, yeah, you can use your inspiration.
Wait, what's the inspiration?
It just
We
gives you
all got
advantage
it
on the
last-
roll. Yeah, you guys all
Yeah.
got
Oh,
advantage
Okay,
on
yeah, I'm gonna use
inspiration.
that. I rolled a 9.
I got an 11 on the better roll.
11?
Total.
14 plus 3.
14?
17.
Nice.
17, good. You have the like, she doesn't seem to be lying to you.
What is the vibe that she's like? Is she surprised? Is she appreciative? Is she annoyed?
She
What's
doesn't
the facial
she
expression?
doesn't seem surprised
Okay.
by this notion that this individual wants to steal something from her. But she does do this. I've got an idea. I will go retrieve the box that the harp is in. I will remove it from the box and put it in a different box. Now I would like you to take the box and fill it up with something else. Perhaps you can stop by the pig stalls. And then you can deliver the box.
Oh,
An elaborate prank.
you guys are so petty.
What would you like us to do with the 3 individuals?
No, they offered to pay you, right?
Correct.
We'll take their money and tell them to be on.
And I know you have a show to get back to, but
I do. My part's
when
coming
this
up
is
soon.
all-
I'm one of the
when this
3
is all said and
marauders.
done- oh, that is just so wonderful. When this is all done, she gestures back out to the stage. We would love to have a proper conversation with you when there are no time constraints placed on you.
Oh, absolutely. I could, since you brought this information to me, I could arrange for a meeting after the show.
Wonderful. I'm sure our theatrically minded friends would be honored to meet one of the 3 marauders after the show.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I'm just thankful that you were able to catch this ahead of time. I just wish I could be there when they opened it up.
I'm sure that the scene could be recreated for you. Again, gesturing towards Cleo and Cecil.
This honestly would make a great show. Marvin, start writing a screenplay. Marvin's like, hi, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
This is just pulling Marvin's energy. It's like, yes, ma'am.
And Marvin kind of, and she also looks at, and Marvin, retrieve the crate that the harp is in. Give it to our friends. He's like, oh, yeah, yes, ma'am. Puts the paper away that he got out to write the screenplay and starts to rush out.
Thank you, Marvin.
You're welcome, Rayla.
Oh my god.
He starts heading off.
It's a pleasure to meet you. You should go.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. It's a special one to my heart. That's why I've chose to be here, present for this one.
I'm excited to see what that means.
And then all of a sudden, you guys cut back to Cecil and Cleo out there, and you can hear, "Is that why you kidnapped me? Just for fun?" "That's why I did it. I did it for the money. And I did it for the fame. Well, I can't remember why I did it." And then the audience starts to laugh, and there's like a ba-dum-ts from the percussionist, and and after a few minutes, your friend Marvin returns, and he's got this like big wooden crate that he's holding. It kind of looks just like a normal, like it's skinnier than like a normal like shipping crate, but it looks really like it's just made out of wood, like it's a normal crate. Here's the box that the juggler wanted me to give to you.
Wonderful.
I'll take the box.
How big approximately is the harp, so we know approximate weight?
I'd say the box is about 2 foot high.
Marvin, I hope that you enjoy the promotion that you most definitely deserve and will be getting soon. I'm sure of it. I have hope for you.
You have so much confidence in me.
You have to have confidence in yourself, Marvin. If you are going to shepherd these performers with a screenplay written, whatever, you have to be confident in yourself.
Thank you.
And you should include all 6 of us in your next play that you read.
Oh, right. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, it might be hard to cast some of you. Looks to the Goliath.
It's fine. I understand.
But we might be able to make that happen.
I know you will. Well, run along.
Oh, right. Yes.
We have thievery to disrupt, and a show to watch.
He says, yes, ma'am, and he starts to walk his way back down the hallway.
Yes, ma'am, not the third one.
Oh, no!
I think, like, while everybody was out of the room, like, Cleo and Cecil slowly, like, just came close to each other so that we could, like, enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Like, noticing that people weren't taking up the seats anymore. Like, don't know where they went, but, like, there's theater to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, we come back. We missed the intro, but we come back.
Yeah.
We're there in time for the 3
I will
marauders.
pull up the chair that's back here in the corner and like sit behind everybody since I'm so tall, and so that all 4 of you all can have the front 4 seats.
I sit in
You
front of
can
you,
still
so I'm shielded
perfectly
from
see me.
attack.
For sure.
Oh, Cleo's not even sitting. She's like literally like pressed up against the balcony.
Over the on the railing.
Like
doing
over
like
the
this.
railing like this, yeah.
Yeah,
I think, like, she's had to pull Cecil down because he was trying to,
Yeah.
like, stand on the railing.
Yeah, it's like, no, maybe we just stay here.
yeah, you guys do get to a point. I apologize. I have to scroll up a little bit. I was trying to like keep it going back and forth between the two, and I lost my place.
Cecil, why are they pretend rowing in this little boat? Why don't they just bring actual water into the theater? Surely that's not a problem.
Because it would be too messy, and it would make the wood, like, waterlogged. You don't want
Why
that.
wouldn't you turn into a puddle for them?
easier
I could be the
walking.
ocean.
But
Yeah.
my uncle does use, the water thing that I told you about that he has. He does use that in some of his performances to be like the ocean. Because it's just, the water never stops.
Oh my god.
Would I try to jump down there and go be the ocean? for
No,
them?
I'm holding on to
No,
him.
no.
No, stay with me.
All right, I'm gonna stay.
You guys do hear on there. There's this loud thumping noise. It sounds like footsteps on the stage, and you hear that one of the pirates is like, "What was that?" And you hear another one say, "Maybe it's the ransom money." And then you hear another one say, "Whatever. Wait, this isn't the drop-off point. We didn't tell them where to find our ship." And then the young halfling's like, That sounds like three sets of footprints. And then one of the pirates like, "Don't say that. You're just trying to scare us." And all of a sudden, popping in from the side of the stage, you see these 3 elegantly dressed actors pop in, and you recognize one as the juggler. And you hear like this blast of music happen as they come in, heroic music, as they're pulling out these what are very fake rapiers out of their sheaths to their sides. And one of the pirates like runs and grabs the little halfling and kind of pulls it back, and all the other pirates get out these very fake looking scimitar swords, and they pull them out, and you can see that the marauders are all standing there in the room with this very heroic stance with their weapons out. And that's where we're going to end this episode of Spelljammer.
Oh god.
Lost
I didn't get Rayla. The ones I have for her, it didn't work here.